Welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I'm your humble Dungeon Master Tom, and this is Adventure 22. Glad to have you here. We're excited to be here and continuing on with our bizarre, fun, zany, wacky, very serious adventures. We're coming to you live on twitch.tv/IngloriousBards. We are also viewable on YouTube and available on all your favorite podcast platforms, so come take a look. And you can also help support the show on patreon.com/IngloriousBards. Before we get started, let's begin with a recap of what happened last session. And this time, let's have Jeremy do it. Jeremy, why don't you give us the recap?
Okay. So in our last adventure, it was an ending of times and a beginning of times. Iggy and Idrisil both said their goodbyes to the group as they went to go work for the king. And like on cue, there was a massive dark funneling clouds storming above the pits that Piercy pointed out. So after all the goodbyes were said, the rest of the group, minus Iggy and Idrisil, went towards the pits to go investigate these swirling black clouds that just kept spiraling down and down and down. As they went, they went down through the entire process. We were pretty much unmolested. Other people were kind of noticing everything that was happening below and got to the pits. Xander anted out and brought almost everyone down to the bottom of the pits. Piercy dropped in all by himself, just full drop, no damage. Some zombies attacked us, and we're starting to kind of get some real damage in there. Almost knocked Xander all the way back into the pit until he was saved by Palik, the halfling rogue that we encountered the last time we were in the pits. Apparently, she never left. Also joining the group was a giant panther man called Master Yaru, who turns out they were trying to figure out the same type of interesting information that we were trying to get to figure out what's happening with these clouds and what to take care of. They continued to go down. They encountered a ghost who called himself the Last Guardian of Scoriel, and most importantly, they found Raneth. We all found Raneth at the bottom of the pits, as predicted and guessed that he was the cause of this entire thing. Polyard told us that there was the bone of an old king that was taken through the black doors, and that Mirskan was about to fall if we didn't fix it. So we started going through, trying to get to Raneth, getting trapped in the process, finding the body of poor Jinx, we think, at least a poor young goblin that was in there. And that was where we left off, facing down Raneth at the end, who just promised nothing but suffering. So with that said, suffering on the mind, let the adventure begin.
At the bottom of the deep pit below Mirskan, our heroes have entered a tower of Skordrenar. This underground tower, once home to a secret guild who kept an eye over a dormant yet dangerous power. Now, this tower has become a trap for our heroes. The group met a friendly thief named Palik and a new friend, an old panther monk named Master Yaru. These 6 heroes explored the tower, fighting their way past undead until getting caught in a trap by an old enemy. The evil shadow Raneth had captured them in a magical trap. Escaping from his clutches, the group descended ever deeper to banish Raneth once again. Walking in a line down a huge corridor, Sir Brenrose questions the halfling woman walking behind him through the dungeon.
So, Palik, how did we find you here in this underground realm?
You didn't find me. I found you.
But what I mean is, what are you doing down here?
Well, it's a long story. I'll just say, the last time I saw you all, my adventuring group took a bad beating after we kind of split up and went our separate ways.
There's a lot of that going around.
Well, you know what they say about adventuring parties and halflings.
In the far back of the group, Xander desperately tries to look past everyone to see what's being said up front.
What's Brandrose saying up there?
I don't know.
Now Palik's saying something. What's she saying?
I don't care.
Wait. Oh no, now they're laughing together. What are they laughing about?
I neither know nor care.
Hey, what's so funny up there? Was that a joke? Are you guys telling jokes? Did you tell her a joke, Brandrose? Jokes are funny, right? Why don't you say the joke again, Brandrose?
The moments pass, Xander. Anyways, Master Yaru, you were about to mention something?
Indeed. It was I who asked the young thief, Palik, to seek out this place.
It's true. With my friends all split up, I was looking for adventure at the bottom of my ale. When in comes this old black kitty with the twinkle in his eyes. He says he's on a mission.
A quest.
Because of a bad dream about drooping sleeves.
This little one speaks of my vision of the falling leaves.
That's what I said!
What is a vision of the falling leaves?
It is a gift given by the source.
I've heard of that once before.
I have spent decades in my sanctuary atop the mountain, training monks and tapping into the source. Several months ago, a dark insight into the future was shown to me. I saw the world of Ren broken and covered in shadow. It was a vivid dream unlike any I had experienced before.
That sounds dreadful.
Right? That's what I said.
I knew I must take every effort to prevent this vision from coming to fruition. If a darkness is coming, then I must restore the balance. So I left my students behind and followed my vision here to this city.
And what do you think of the capital of Navarre?
It would be best if I kept my thoughts of Mirskan to myself. I do not wish to share an unflattering word that might offend new friends.
Oh, come on. We can take it. What's the one thing you don't like about the city?
It is a filthy, crowded place riddled with crime, political upheaval, violence, greed, and the suffering of the poor, where greed and apathy wash over the city like trash-filled waves along its docks.
Well, he's not wrong.
After following my vision to the city, I sought out a brave guide in Palik to take me to the darkest reaches. Only there would I find the source of my dark vision. And it is here where we found ourselves surrounded by the dead, but clearly on the trail of something evil.
I feel we are working towards a common goal, the destruction of Raneth.
That may not be possible, but there is still hope for the city. The ghost above mentioned that Raneth had brought a fragment of bone that has unleashed his black magic upon the city. If we can recover this fragment and bring it back through the doors of this tower, then we might stop this magic and hold off Raneth for at least a while.
That's exactly what we're gonna do! Cute stuff.
Well, you are both welcome additions to our ranks. Together we will stand as one.
Sir Brenrose smiles and pats both of his new friends on the back. From the rear of the group, Xander looks concerned.
What did Brandrose just do? Was that a hug? That looked like a hug. Percy, did you just see him giving a hug up there?
I cannot speak to seeing an embrace or not. What I did see is a newfound friendship, growing between us and our new allies. That is certainly welcome. Welcome indeed. Xander, we have an oldie soaky saying, Floof and Fleeter skull fucking letter bone in Albuquerque. That means when there is a spark of love in the air, It is truly shown, very not, for it will be noticed and given in kind. Be true to yourself, Xander, and forthcoming. She will see what is in your heart.
What? You make no sense at all. Some help you are. Yeah!
Be still, my new friends. I hear the gasps of the dead just beyond, and I feel a great evil awaits us.
You are in this long corridor you have traveled, and you hear some gaspy moaning from up ahead. You can see some strange, almost bridge work like structures up above. You can hear Raneth, his laughter booming and echoing, and as he laughs in this taunting or more deathly sound, the entire large, massive, long corridor you're going down does that weird zoom out thing, maybe from Goodfellas. I think is where they first did it, where the camera like moves in, but it zooms out at the same time, creates this cool long effect. You see that happen to the corridor, and you lose sight, and it seems to grow even longer. And at the end of it, you can now see some pinkish light far away as your group continues to march in that direction. And I believe, Brenros, you were kind of leading the group by default from now on, and you were also carrying a corpse wrapped up and strapped to your back, I believe.
That is correct.
Okay.
And during this time, Sildren's also cast Vital Beacon, which is basically it stores away the 3 heals that take an interaction from a party member to cast on them.
Sure.
It just takes a minute to cast, so that's why.
All right. And you guys had a little bit of time to also do a little short rest, so if you have any focus points, you can get back 1 focus point during that time. Except
hero points, kids.
Who was wrapping the body.
Oh,
all right, you were doing the hard work.
I'll put those points back then.
Yeah, but you do get all your hero points at the start of a new adventure.
Well, Sildren could have wrapped the body too, if to give. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's what was happening. I really want to help with this delicate operation, but I have no hero points. Okay, you guys are marching forward. You have a few bits of magic spells around you, and I believe there is at least one of you that has kind of a deep, doomed sensation growing through you. That's Brenrose?
Yes.
And I think it's Master Yaru.
Yeah, Yaru is also, what is it, Doomed 1? Is that the condition?
And Piercy von Skeetenlever is also Doomed 1.
Yeah.
And doomed means that you die at 1 quicker level than you might normally. So it's very dangerous. And Piercy, I also have you as Sickened 1. I know it's an extended one, but I can't remember what it was from. Do you remember? It's from like...
I do. It's the zombie guys being hit by fire. Xander, remember? Okay. Fire, zombie, bad. Don't combine them.
Right.
So in the 10 minutes you did for that rest, you have recovered that.
Okay, no longer sickened.
Yes.
Still doomed.
Yes. Okay. And doomed, you'll lose, assuming you don't all get slaughtered, you'll lose 1 level of doomed after you complete a night's rest.
There you go.
And Sildren had nat 20'd his way out of his doomed, I think.
Okay. All right, you guys are marching ahead. Anything else you want to do and or say?
So this hallway is now seemingly infinitely longer, or how far away is that purple light that you mentioned?
It was really long. It's like this pinkish light. It was really long to begin with, like half a mile to a mile long, and now it's just done that again. Okay. And you keep marching forward, and you can feel a bit of warmth as you get closer and closer as you walk down this long, wide corridor.
Piercy has his buckler up and his short sword drawn.
Yeah, Sildren's bow is drawn.
Okay, and Piercy, can you describe a buckler just in case anyone doesn't know?
A buckler is a small round shield, not very big, goes kind of over the wrists and top of the hand area. Just enough to parry a sword.
All right.
Or throw your enemies and bounce off their helmets.
Everyone who is trained in occult may make an occult roll, please.
That's me!
Also,
24 for Xander.
Ooh, a 20 for Yaru once again, Xander.
You're not very occult, are you?
No one else trained? All right, Xander. 24 was the goal. Once you crossed the big black double doors quite a ways back, you realize you are not inside the tower anymore, and you're fairly confident you are no longer beneath the city of Mirskan. You are somewhere else.
You guys, I don't want to use the word like Dark Nexus or anything, but I did want to let you know that we're not in Mirskan again. Crossing these double doors put us into some other realm, area, room. I don't know, but it's not where we were, and I don't know if we're in the city anymore. I just wanted to let you know.
But what do you mean by this Dark Nexus?
Well, if you think about it, when we use the Nexus key and we go into the Nexus, right? We're not in Mirskan anymore. It's like a big ocean area. There's big platforms, right? You're in a different place. This is another one of those, but it's a bad one because it's got big black doors and no key in this one.
Yeah,
I have a question. Xander, what's the Nexus?
You have come across you have come across similar magic before?
I come across a lot of magic, Yaru. I'm kind of into the magic thing as it goes. I even knew this one guy who made like a balloon that came out of your backpack with this weird like technical magic. It was crazy. He's a tinker magicer. Anyway, yes, we go through kind of doors like this all the time.
What are you talking about? What did you do to us, Xander?
No, I didn't do it. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
we went through the doors.
You took us away from you took us away from the city?
You took us away from the city. We all went through the doors together. That wasn't me.
I'm blaming you.
Bread Roast did it. It was Bread Roast's fault. He's the one in charge. He led this whole thing. Bread Roast, why did you make us go into the dark black room that's not under the city anymore?
Are we safe to travel through here, Xander?
We already did. We did. We have traveled. I'm just saying that we are no longer in Mirskan. I just wanted to let you know that. I didn't want you to like freak out about it. I just needed to let you guys know that this is a different place, and I'm fine. You're fine. I'm fine. We're doing okay.
You are a knowledgeable young one, but you are very insecure with yourself.
That's not true.
You must meditate more often.
He doesn't mean that. That's not true at all.
He needs a magical pacifier.
It's called a buckler shield.
Blaming such a handsome old man is very unbecoming, Xander.
Oh, the wounds.
It's fine.
Palik, you have heard of this before, and your interest is definitely piqued because you and your adventuring party learned about something called the Nexus as some sort of grand treasure beneath the amphitheater when your original party, the Guardians of Navarre, first ran into our heroes. And then you went to get information about it in this pit earlier, and that's where your group got ambushed and had to flee. So you were kind of trying to be the first group to get the Nexus. So it's kind of intriguing that you hear that that Xander and the group has found it.
So you found the Nexus, Xander?
I mean, yeah, it's not a big deal. It just needed all.
Well, not you by yourself, but the group did.
Sure, yeah, no, they helped.
Oh.
But mostly it was me. I had to use all the elemental magics. It was very important that we were able to do the earth and the fire and the water and the ice, and like that was me. I did all those.
You'll have to show it to me sometime.
Tom,
Okay.
you said that there's a warm feeling coming from the light?
As you get closer, it's still some distance away.
Yeah.
You can feel the temperature just slowly
Okay.
rising.
There is also a shift, not only in energy, but in temperature as well, as we get closer to this beacon.
Are there any other objects or walls or anything that Brenros might be able to see? Is just a long, absolutely void black corridor, or are there statues, monoliths? Blah, blah.
You can see there are some chains that are thick, heavy black chains that are strewn about that you're having to step over. They look like a large ship's anchor type chain, but they are end in a big bolt that comes out of the floor that they're looped around, and then at the loose end, they just look like they've been snapped.
How many of these chains?
At least half a dozen.
On both sides or total?
On both sides, and they're kind of separated,
Gotcha.
at least 100 yards apart.
It's
So
kind
it's
of
massive.
looking like these chains. They used to be holding something here.
No
Okay,
one responds
yeah.
in any way.
We don't understand what he's saying, so like we just sort of make it up, like, you know, kind of. Yeah, that's very interesting. Thank you, Piercy.
Yes, say it.
Something about Albuquerque.
That's
As
not important.
Something about a yard. I don't know.
the group continues to march forward, those of you with the doom condition feeling just a light dusting of more doomed about you as you go. And you continue to march, and you can see up ahead the corridor finally, and this is a wide corridor, like a giant hangar to fit a blimp or dirigible, and it just has gone on forever. It finally comes to an end, and you can see rising pink smoke slowly coming up as you come to the end of it. And as you approach this end, what you see is the corridor comes to an end at a huge crevasse. And it stops, and you come and you look left and you look right, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on to the right, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on to the left. About 200 or so feet across is another wall of stone that goes up as far as you can see, with the only light coming from below. And there is a smaller opening of some corridor on the other side. The crevasse itself is made up of this steam that's rising up with a redness underneath that's generating light, but you can't tell exactly what's down there, except you can see a whole bunch, hundreds of these metal structures, small things that have risen out. They are essentially spheres, maybe 10 feet in diameter, with spikes on them that come out of a long 20, 30, 40 foot metal pole, and right, almost like the head of a flail weapon that you might have. So it's the ball with spikes sticking out in it, but it's coming out of a solid beam, and they are dotted everywhere, and they are out. Have risen out of the billowing steam from below. It's very dreadful looking, certainly not pleasant. And between you and this 200-foot opening, there are several different chains, 3 different chains that cross this crevasse. They are somewhat taut, but also a little loose, and have giant, big, like fish hook type things that dig into the stone, and it almost looks like it's trying to replicate the theme that it's these 3 chains, which is similar to the ones you saw before. These 3 chains are holding these 2 crevasses together. It's not possible. We're talking, bazillions of millions of tons of earth, but it has that visual. It has almost a Doom video game, dark, demonic vibe to it a bit, and you can hear ahead some slight moaning sounds, and from the smaller opening chamber across the crevasse, it's black rock that you can see. And let's see, there was one other thing. Perception rolls for the lot of you. You need 24s or 29s.
How about a 13?
Natural 20.
Woo!
Woo!
24 for silver.
27.
We might have to go with the 2 highest, and that is going to be Master Yaru and then Brenrose. Spot them first. Master Yaru, you can see On those 3 chains, about midway, are 3 people. Almost scrambling or trying to like carefully scoot across. You're not quite sure, but they're there, which is odd. You also, Sir Brenros, can see on the far wall and maybe a couple hundred, maybe 100 yards off to the side is a small rocky ledge, and on that is a black leathery flying creature, not unlike a more meaty pterodactyl. And it's perched on this outcropping that's high up and on the far wall, high up and about 100 yards off to the side. And it's got its beak nuzzled down amongst its wings.
I will alert people to, I'll kind of point over to the 3 people scooting across. Are they, you said they're panicking, but also, so they're moving quickly and quietly, or are they stuck on the chains?
They are on
like
the chains. They don't.
them.
They're moving very slowly. They don't seem to be in any hurry.
Okay, so are they moving as if they're trying to avoid the notice of that creature?
It could very well be. That's absolutely seems to be the case.
Okay.
Can you describe the creature one more time?
Yeah, it's like shoot. There's a bird. It was just on Reddit again the other day. It's just a big nasty billed bird. Yeah. It's like that, but it's that cross between that and a pterodactyl. So it's got big leathery wings, a little more muscular-ish, and then it's got its big beak and wrapped up in its leathery wings.
We sort of ran into something like that once before, I think. And Sildren had a conversation with it.
So Sam the Eagle,
Sam the Eagle.
basically.
Business.
Yeah. So I'll wait for. I'll kind of stop where I'm at
and do nothing. Just stop.
Yeah.
Stare at it.
Point.
What is that?
Hey, you 3.
Yeah, the 3 crossing. Can we glean any more? I mean, are they human? Are they like?
Who exactly is it that yours?
Yaru can make another perception roll.
While he's doing that, Brenros, as I can see why they might be moving slowly, there's a very nasty-looking creature on the far wall.
Great. 19. Not great.
You're not. You can't.
Okay, but I will point them out in case anybody else wants to glean more information.
Definitely seems to be sleeping. At best, least interested in us, for now.
Birdman, why don't you take care of that guy? Make friends.
That's not exactly how that works.
Yathane is fluttering on your shoulder a little agitatedly.
Yeah. We must proceed to the other side. Of the 3 of the chains that cross, what set of chains is, I guess, the furthest away from this bird creature?
Yep, that would be chain number 1.
And which chains are the other people crossing on?
1 on each.
Chain number 1 and chain number 2, then?
And chain number 3.
So we're calling
chain
it?
number 3. There are 3 people, and they're 1 on each.
And how far apart is each chain from each other?
20 feet.
Okay.
And did I hear correctly that it's like 200 feet across?
Yes.
That's a long ways. That's a big chain.
Yes.
But not actually like a big chain. It's a long chain. It's standard chain size. It's not like this giant, like they look like mouse.
No. It's a bigger. It's a bigger chain. It's not massive, but it is a bigger chain.
You said like an anchor chain?
It's a thick chain. Yeah.
Chain. Okay.
Does anybody have a objection to me leading the way here?
Oh, just be careful.
I know I can be kind of sneaky though.
What do you see a better path for us?
No, but if I lead, we could probably all get across a little more quiet. If that's what we're trying to do.
Lead away, Palik.
So I want to use my quiet allies skill.
Okay, you want to describe
Kind
that?
of weird. So it's skilled at moving with a group. and when we're trying to avoid notice, we make a single stealth check using the lowest modifier. So instead of rolling separately, we all roll and use the lowest modifier.
So the concept mathematically is that you don't have 6 people where a single one of you can blow the stealth roll.
Hey, what's
Use it to
that?
combine it. Case in point.
We're either all screwed together or, we make it across mildly successful.
All right.
That kind of gamble.
Palik, you then are making your way across the chain. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. How are you doing that?
I'm using a little bit of acrobatic skill. The kind of almost like 3-point stance, kind of getting across. Like kind of guiding with my one hand, real low.
Okay. All right, you do so, and you start making your way across this chain. As you do so, you have to make an acrobatics roll, please.
32.
32 with ease. Palik, you make your way across the chain. Double checking. Yep. You make your way across the chain and are going at a really good pace, making it look too easy. And you're also going very sneaky at the same time. And we'll make those rolls in just a second. But as you get about halfway, you are catching up to this person. And you notice, much to your dismay, this person is not making their way across the chain. This person is attached to the chain and is the linking connection between the two. There are nasty hooks hooked into the shoulder bones and hooked into the lower pelvic area. And this person is just kind of hanging there, upside down, draped, arms and legs just hanging there. And are moaning as you are approaching.
What race is this person?
This person is a human man.
Hello, sir?
You get real close, and as you get close, there's motion to the chain, and each motion to the chain is just,
We have to turn back. This is inhuman.
I mean, we can turn back and leave him here?
We have no choice but to move forward. I will be the last across and help him in whatever way I can.
Oh my god.
That's not.
You hear the chainsaw rev up.
Help takes many forms, people. Help takes many forms.
I help Senator Kethat. I help you.
Palik's gonna kind of skitter across his back and get to the other side of where he's.
No, he's face up, so you'll be going across his chest and across his.
I'll avoid the sensitive areas.
Okay.
They're all sensitive areas. He's got hooks in his shoulder.
Yeah. He winces. And a frail hand reaches out and lightly touches you as you make your way past, though. And you are across and safe on the other side.
Sir, I'm sorry about your predicament. Is there anything I can do for you?
Okay, so now you're back. This is 100 foot away, so you're still in the middle then?
Oh, I got all the way
You're
across.
on the other side.
Okay,
Yeah,
then done.
He's
Okay.
come back to ask him.
Sorry. I thought you just meant I got
Quick question.
past
Bounce,
him.
bounce.
Nope, I'm good. I'm on the other side.
All right, Palik is waving.
Xander is going to use his elemental movement to blast fire out of his hands,
All right.
lift up off the ground, and fly over the crevasse.
All right, Xander flies over. Is it fairly speedy, I believe?
It is, yeah. So it's my full range of motion for every action, and I have it for a full minute.
All right, Xander lifts off. We have liftoff, and Xander bursts with flame coming out of his hands and gets about halfway across. His hands sputter a bit. He drops 5 feet, but then catches himself and then makes his way over to the other side, landing with an agility roll with style next to Palik. Let's see how that turns out. Acrobatics.
19.
All right. You land perfectly with the perfect pose, but about 3 feet higher than the ground is. Then you drop awkwardly the last 3 feet.
Move.
Well, thanks. I didn't want to hurt anybody. I didn't have to, as it were. You know, that looks awful over there. We should still be quiet, though.
Yeah.
Sir Brenros, can you make it across?
I don't think I could, knowing that there would be suffering involved.
Sildren goes first, and suffering, then Brenros.
We
Are the other individuals equal in their distress with how they're positioned, and they're
You
just
can't
on-
tell from here.
go from here?
I see little alternative. Raneth must be dealt with. He, as palatable as this may be, we have little choice but to move forward. I will do what I can for the man suffering once we've made it through.
Then I will trust in you to do so. And Brenros will mount the chain and begin to cross.
All right, Brenros, you start to make your way across, and the chain it's still heavy and it's long, but you do feel like it's sagging just a little bit more for you than it did the little halfling. As you make your way across, make an acrobatics roll, Sir Brenros.
Acrobatics.
Bro, this isn't important at all.
No. And then just checking here. Would steady balance come into play for this type of...
It might. I like getting uses out of those kind of things. Sir Brenros, steady balance. Looking at that. Yeah, that's if you get a success, you get a critical success instead.
Okay. Then we'll proceed. Going. Acrobatics
Ooh.
is a 27.
You have gotten a success with steady balance. That is a critical success. And you with quite a bit of agility, you did not expect a older guy in heavy metal armor. He makes his way across. He's got to throw off some loose backpack thing off his back, but other than that, it gets him across.
Oh, no.
Just kidding. He makes his way across with ease, and both Palik and Sir Brenros do not have to make a stealth roll when the group stealth roll is going to be made near the end.
Nice.
All right.
That was impressive, Sir Brenros.
Gives a small flourish.
He takes this bundle off his back and spikes it. Yeah!
I mean, it wasn't that great. I flew.
If you have not watched the previous episode, please do so now.
Piercy, Master Yoru, proceed.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Piercy says, after you.
And then he gets panache and starts stabbing.
Yeah, Yaru will just.
I really don't like to be on all fours, but for the right occasion.
And Yaru will get on all fours. I have steady balance and a climb speed of 10 feet.
Okay. Then you are making your way across. And I have a quick question. Tim, did you say after you?
I did.
Or did you say after Yaru? I wasn't sure. Okay. You get to go across and go ahead and make an acrobatics +2. And because of steady balance, if you get a success, you get a critical success. This is your wheelhouse.
Whoa.
It would be a 32. 31, excuse me.
31. You have critically succeeded and just almost running full speed across the other side, making no sound other than occasional as you run across this guy. And you are across the other side. You also don't have to make any stealth roll.
Go.
Sildren, yeah. You go ahead.
I need to deal with the man in the chains, as I've said. So
Okay, I go ahead.
There you go.
And Piercy also has steady balance.
Wow.
And has daredevil boots. If that does anything. So what do I do? Acrobatics?
Acrobatics. And I think the steady boots already has the +1 acrobatics bonus.
So 28.
28 with another steady balance feat. You are across with ease as well.
He's swashbuckling across. Just a little
Got it.
forward, a little back, forward, side, side.
Hey, take that.
So, anybody want to guess what ability Sildren's going to use to get across as well?
Everyone has steady balance.
As I also have steady balance.
Palik does not.
These steady balancers.
I am going to stop and deal with the man in the chain there.
All right, you stop next to him, and he looks up at you with pleading eyes, tears coming down, wounds that look old, that are these big hooks. And yeah, what are you gonna do?
So which way is he facing compared to how we're headed? So like
His head is towards your destination. His feet
Okay,
are where you came from.
Okay, so the chains that are connected to, I guess, his pelvic area, like what's the chance of getting them, like either breaking them, unhooking them, anything of that nature?
Well, the weakest link of this chain would be the flesh.
Yeah, understanding that, trying to avoid that.
Sure. It would be a challenging athletics roll.
Okay.
And everyone's watching you.
Right?
Yeah.
And cringing. Like, before you even do anything, Xander and Jeremy are just like,
Okay, so I am going to attempt to actually free the chains from his pelvic area, I suppose.
Okay.
Understanding what the consequences of this really are, yeah.
All right, you're kind of balancing low on
I
this-
also have a good hand like wrapped around on the chain, ready
All
for
right.
the inevitable swing, and I also have as much of a hold on this person as I can after it starts swinging if I'm successful.
You're
see.
holding his
You're-
pelvis.
You're low to the ground.
Wouldn't be
low
the
to
first
chain,
time.
And you're reaching out, you're grabbing onto this hook that is embedded into his pelvis area. You start grabbing onto it and pulling and trying to get some slack, pulling towards you. And he just cries out, "Ah!" As you pull on this chain. I need you to make an athletics roll of only 24.
you can do it. Please do it.
17.
With a 17, as you have to let go and it wedges deeper in and you hear a slightly different tearing like noise.
Ooh, this is fun.
What's he doing out there?
How about a ray of frost? I'll try to freeze out the chain so that it might be more
No, that's for
breakable.
warts, not for chains.
Yeah. No, yeah, like I don't know how directional I can get ray of frost, but like putting my hand right up against the chain, trying to actually like freeze it where the wound is, maybe.
Okay. And yeah, you can absolutely do that. You blast your ray of frost from your hand holding onto it. Ice goes flying out, shatters you. Some frost coats you a little bit, and you release your hand, and you see that there, for a brief moment or two, the chain is looking very cold.
And I will try to break it in that
with what?
moment. Break it with what?
Yes.
Nothing.
I guess like a dagger.
All right, you guys see Sildren now close to his hands and knees, just sawing something. All right,
I'm trying here. I'm really trying.
make an athletics roll with +1. You need a 24 or higher.
The guy's just sitting there. No, just leave me.
More to the left. Oh, no.
With my
Can
plus
you get
one,
my
21.
sack?
All right, you try, and you just hear and he's whispering something that's like teabag, and you're just you're too close. But you were trying to get your dagger in, and you can. What'd you get? 21.
21. Yeah, I thought you said that was my goal.
You almost dropped the dagger. 24 is your goal, but you are not able to get it free.
Yaru's now walking perfectly balanced back on the chain. It's time to go now, please.
Help with this and try to get kind of get Master Yaru over.
You want me to seriously go over on the chain?
Well, yeah, come on back.
The video.
Well,
This episode is called two People, One Pelvis.
Yeah, Yaru is doing the math, and it's just like, I don't think so.
No,
Like,
okay.
I'll say as quietly as I can to Sildren to not disturb the security guard.
It is time to go. There is nothing we can do for him.
Has this man actually said anything, communicated anything verbal to Sildren during this process?
No, not at all.
Right. Other
Discomfort.
blood curdling screaming as I'm gripping
No, he
his.
has not spoken anything. Seems fully physically able to, but has not. But has watched you with intense, pleading eyes the whole time.
I can't leave him. I will continue to try to free him.
Okay, how?
Repeat steps 1 and 2, I guess, until
All right.
I'm successful. Like
Hammer.
yeah. I mean, like, I don't have any other.
it was so easy for Raneth or for Kethad. Why not, just
This is different. Kethad was wicked and evil, and leaving him live would have caused more turmoil for the kingdom.
How do you know this guy isn't wicked
but let it.
anymore?
Yeah,
That's just it. I
Having
don't
this
know.
deep philosophical discussion.
Continuing his suffering, I
Sildren is
don't know.
actively going through this moral dilemma as he's doing it, because
Yeah.
like he sort of wants to just put him out of his misery, but then also like doesn't want to just put him out of his misery. So I will.
He's got a little raven on this side, a little dove on this side.
Yeah, pretty much.
Xander wants to shoot an acid arrow at the chain on the opposite side of Sildren and the guy that's hanging there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a good idea.
Xander, you launch an acid arrow at the far side of this chain, correct?
Correct.
All right, we'll say you automatically hit your acid arrow. This big greenish wobbly arrow wobbles across the chasm, hits accurately the other side, splashes this acid, and everyone just kind of waits with Sildren holding on with dear life, watching closely. And then you see that far chain link start to melt and melt away, and then it gives way. And Sildren, the guy attached to the chain, and the chain itself all drop down and disappear into the reddish pink steam.
Oh, I hope that was a good choice.
And you guys can just see the chain slapping up against the bottom.
Brenros will go over and start pulling the chain upwards.
Okay, Brenros, you are pulling and pulling. It is heavy. And you keep pulling and pulling. Make an athletics roll, Brenros.
I don't know if this still applies, but if I recall the prior session, Ant Hall was cast on me. I don't know if that affects this at all.
No, it's just overall carrying, not strength.
Overall
bonus.
carrying. What was the roll?
Athletics, please. This is just for overall speed.
Athletics. Oops, wrong one. That is a 28 for
Pulling hard
Whoa,
and
nice.
fast. Brenros is motivating, yanking up this chain like some strongman competition like crazy. And as you pull this chain up and up and up and up and up, Sildren, we need to see what happened maybe 15 seconds ago. Can you make an athletics or acrobatics roll, please, as you hit the wall?
Yeah, I'll take acrobatics on that one for plus 15.
Okay.
31.
And you can see Sildren come rising out of the pink smoke. Right behind him is this guy who's now like being slid up on his back on the side, and he's trying to flail and weakly grab at things. Hanging off of him is this long chain, and as you continue to just bring him up, bring him up, bring him up, bring him up. And then Sildren, you hear this big raspy roar from below. You can see some of the steam starting to move beneath you. And then, Brenros, you feel a tremendous resistance on the chain.
I'm playing with some giant hellcat now. Here, kitty! I'm trying to continue and pull the chain.
Make an
still.
athletics roll. This one does have a target number you need to meet.
Okay, here we go. At 23. I'm going to hero point this one because
All right.
Sildren is still down in there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is getting...
Hearing that, Sildren is preparing to leap from the chain, though, as might be necessary.
And the pulling continues. Slightly better, 24.
With a 24, you pull, and yes, you succeed as the chain instantly loses a lot of weight, and it is separated as the body is torn in two. Sildren, you are pulled up and up onto the ledge and have this severed trunk of a person hanging off the chain. You can hear this raspy from below.
Sildren's very distraught over this. He's just kind of ignoring all of that for a moment. I do kind of say a little prayer to my God for this person, and close his eyes and wish him a fast journey into the afterlife, as it were, before turning to face whatever the hell else is going on.
All right. I'm going to say Master Yaru quickly comes over, seeing the other two chains with people hooked to them, and just puts his arm around you and turns Sildren away from that and motions you away from the chasm.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're saying
you
you were
left
gonna
some
say something?
behind there, Sildren.
Oh, no.
No amount of evil deeds deserves that kind of suffering. It was good of you to attempt to save his soul and his life.
To no avail.
We must press on.
Let's get out of here.
Raneth will pay.
You
He
guys
will
press
pay.
on. You head further in and you enter a much smaller chamber than anything you've seen recently. This is a medium-sized chamber, maybe, I don't know, 50 by 50 foot chamber made of the same black stone. And this chamber's floor has been fallen away or torn open. There are just little edges of it, of broken stone hanging off all the sides. Your passageway continues on the other side, but the floor itself is another haunting nightmare of blackness, just undulating black. You think it's a black liquid, but then it's kind of like little shadowy elements kind of rise, and it looks very freaky. Across this is a bridge made of stone that looks old and fragile, and it's only 40 feet long. And there is some writing on the floor before the base of this bridge. And you can also see there is a desk that is made of wood that is hovering over the center of this pit, maybe 10 feet away from the side of the bridge, and it's just kind of hovering there gently in this magical little hover. And there's a chair next to it, and it just looks weird and ghostly just there. You can hear up ahead more moaning sounds from the corridor on the other side.
Xander wants to go check the writing out at the base of the stone bridge.
All right, you get low and you check out the writing that's chiseled on the ground. It is written in the language of Old Byzrin. Do you know that language?
Yes, he does.
All right. You identify the writing as it reads, "The Scoriel stay the course."
You guys, this message here says the Scoriel stay the course. What does that mean to you?
If I were to write it on the front of a bridge, I would expect someone to pass it and be Scoriel.
So, Scoriel, if I recall from the passages, are those who have noble deeds, or who have a story of being noble hearts. That sounds like us. I feel noble. Kind of.
Sildren does not feel noble.
So stay the course then.
Xander will take a step onto the stone bridge.
Immediately make an occult roll, Xander.
Oh God! Cult roll.
Because you're trained, right?
I am.
All right.
Ooh, good roll.
31.
Ooh, bonus info! Xander, as you're stepping on, you can see that this bridge is only partially there. It's mostly dead. It is mostly their bridge, and you can see that there is a faintest, almost imperceptible outline of where the whole bridge would be, almost like a ghostly remains of where the gaps in the bridge are. So there's several stones missing. There's maybe a 4-foot section at the peak of the bridge that's missing, and it just looks weird and ghostly and out of place. You can also identify as you start to step on this stone that it is stable, but you have a feeling that this is not a long-term stable bridge, and if you stayed on there too long, the stones might break away. So like a minute or two.
Okay.
I'm picturing that white outline of Wonder Woman's invisible jet in the old cartoon.
Exactly.
The little white dotted line. That's...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's here, but it's not here. Like it's actually missing pieces, and it's not exactly stable. So we'd have to be really careful getting across. You have to follow the exact stones on the right path. Otherwise, you'll probably just fall.
One must stay the course.
He just reads like greeting card lines and sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
It's all
Your
like
lucky
fortune
numbers
cookie
are
stuff.
14,
It's like cracks up with a
7,
fortune cookie.
22.
You will meet someone special.
Do we all see this, or is it just Xander?
Just Xander and whoever else was trained in occult. I can't remember. Yaru. You can see this very faint outline.
Xander, I'm not the most smartest Isoki, but I don't see no bridge there.
What? Like at all? You don't see any bridge?
I mean, I said it's a missing pieces.
Okay, so you see that there's holes, but it's a stone bridge, but it's not all complete because you can see there's different things you can fall through, right?
Maybe.
Okay, good. We're good then.
There are different planes that not all can see, young Piercy.
Do you want to lead the way, Xander?
Like the Wonder Woman plane.
Yes, exactly like the Wonder Woman plane. Sometimes visible, sometimes not.
so
Exactly.
You would know there, Black Panther.
Thank you.
Different universe.
Yes, I was like, what are you talking about?
His visions are tuning into Pulp TV from the mid 80s.
Like that's a different universe of two different universes that are like in this universe. Like that is way out of.
As the A team says.
And find them. Maybe they can help.
Thunder.
Okay, so
Thunder. Thundercats.
Do we have anything that I can like mark something or show you which stones are the ones you can walk on?
Yes, absolutely. I'm starting to talk like Master Yaru. Brenros pulls out some chalk he actually has in his inventory and hands it out to Xander.
All right, no, you pull out your soap first, sniff it, throw it away, then pull out your chalk.
Who would have thought that, chalk could be a pivotal piece of equipment for this adventure?
All right, Xander, you've been granted chalk.
It's not in my inventory yet. Could you just drop that into the...
No, we're not doing party item swapping.
Okay, so Xander will start moving forward and chalking all of the solid platforms that he sees as he tries to start crossing the bridge.
All right,
By the
Xander,
way,
yes.
the desk, you said the desk is floating, but it's not like near the bridge. It's like floating over the center of the pit with its chair just kind of ghostly hanging out.
Yeah, it's about 10 feet out from the bridge.
And full of chalk.
What? All right, so Xander's going to move forward and start marking on the...
As you're marking these off, you guys see Xander stop for a moment and has perhaps a bit of an epiphany. Xander, make a willpower saving throw.
Oh, do I got to pee again? That's a 19.
And Xander stands up to think about something facing the edge of the bridge. The black liquid shadows underneath reveal themselves to be maybe 80 different black hands that all raise up, and these hands all instantly float over towards the side where Xander is at, and are just kind of hovering there and reaching, and Xander is not moving.
If Yaru is close to him, can Yaru see the hands form?
No one's close to him. Xander's almost in the middle of the bridge, starting to.
I mean, obviously something's going on here, yeah. Like something's gone awry.
He's not
if
responding.
Only we can detect magic.
Brenros is calling out, and Xander's not responding.
Brenros will, knowing at least what rocks to get to that point, will start to step on them and try to physically grab Xander and pull him back to where we are.
Okay, you go bounding out, you grab onto Xander, and you must make a willpower saving throw.
There you go. Natural 20.
With a natural
35.
20, you run up.
Shake the hell out of Xander
you
and break him
slap
out of
the
it.
Jesus out of Xander.
She's mine.
Yeah, it's this intense, quiet scene. Don't even think about it. She's mine. You'll never have her.
Completely unrelated to what was going on with Xander, just taking that opportunity.
You slap him hard, Xander cries out, and you throw him over your shoulder and come bounding back. And Xander, you have regained your cognitive faculties.
What happened about me?
Something, some spirit, I don't know what that is, pointing and facing to this goo of hands. That
these hands now all collapse down on each other and create this little undulating shadow water.
I've not seen anything like it, but it certainly affected you. Are you all right?
I feel all right. Am I all right? Do I look all right? Bleak, do I look all right?
You look pretty good.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Bleak wants to take a look into this like chasm or whatever, and use her keen senses to make to do a seek action to look for undetected creatures.
You may make a perception roll.
27? It's
see
actually
no-
29.
You see now, even the 29, you see no specific creature, but you do sense lots of unpleasant things down there at the same time. Because as you're looking down, there's one hand that just kind of rises up and is by your edge.
There's some bad stuff down there.
Percy is intrigued that Palik has one of the same abilities that he does. Oh, what you seeking? I want to seek with you.
I'm looking for baddies. I'm looking for whatever. Head Xander.
Percy gets right next to Palik and starts doing like a seeking, and then Xander freezes up again, but this time for
Can Percy seek?
Sure, make a perception roll.
Perception roll.
+2 is 23. Not great.
He gives a high five down below, but there's nothing that he can see.
This desk, I think Brenneros will just kind of walk around it and look at it and see.
All right, so you've got this stonish bridge that goes out and crosses 40 feet with some missing sections. You can't see how the bridge is actually connected. And then at that midway point, 10 feet off to the side, suspended still over this pit, is this desk. You can see there are a bunch of papers that are floating about an inch off, maybe a map or something. They're just all kind of just floating an inch off the desk itself. Almost has like a Disney ride magical experience.
Xander, you were fine out there for a while. Do you think you just took too long, taking all the time to mark steps and everything?
I don't really remember. I mean, I could have just been going slow, but I just wanted to make sure I got them all. Then I was hit back here. I should check for magic.
That would have been smart.
You're gonna find some.
Xander detects magic.
Xander dies. I mean, it's just way too much.
Obvious.
A big hand comes from the sky and just flicks him.
Yes,
Xander,
magic.
You detect magic, yes.
At the heightened level, can I also pinpoint the highest level of magic? And what class
It
it's
is.
from?
It is coming from the pit, and it is necromantic in nature.
You guys, that's dead magic down there in the pits. I'm guessing that's where there's a lot of maybe ghost hands or some other kind of magic out from that. We should try to dispel it. Sildren, you and me, huh?
I don't think that's gonna be useful to us. I think we should continue with what our plan has been.
What is it, to poop on parties? Because that's what you're doing right now? Is that your plan?
Yes.
He's still upset over his loss.
You don't know me!
Is there any, like, the flooring is the same black rock, right?
Correct.
There's no, like, dirt or, like, rocks or pebbles, correct?
There are no rocks or pebbles, no.
Okay.
Can't Indiana Jones that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I had been thinking about that too.
But yeah, someone did bring up a good point. How long was Xander on the rock before he felt the effect? Was it
Maybe 20
instantly?
seconds or so.
Okay.
20 seconds. Jesus.
Yaru wants to try to cross as quickly and delicately as he can.
All right, Yaru starts running across the bridge as fast as he can. Yaru runs and runs. There is a gap in the bridge, and you leap across it, land on the other side of the gap. And as you make your way down, you need to make a willpower saving throw.
You forgot the chalk!
A 30?
With a 30, he is on the other side.
Just do what I did.
Watching Yaru do this, does Palik think she has a better idea of how to get across?
Running like a madman is the best option you've seen so far.
Yaru wants to do something before anybody else attempts to go over those. He sees Philippe kind of thinking about it, and he is going to use no cause for alarm, which everybody in the group.
I attempt frightened.
It's only for frightened.
It's only
not,
for frightened.
Oh, it is for that.
It's only for the frightened
damn.
condition.
I thought it was to prevent it from happening. Okay, never mind.
All right.
I will give Palik guidance before she departs.
That's getting right behind her and showing her with your arms and legs where to move.
Just
Yeah, just give her a friendly little push.
Scene.
Remember, look.
Follow the crosshair. Follow the cross.
Thank you. And
She slips out from underneath Sildren's creepy.
And do the Joe Biden thing.
wow. Stranger danger. And she sees her good friend Master Yaru on the other side and starts running.
All right, you start running and you follow in his footsteps, hitting every stone he did, which means it's like an epic leap for you, each footstep to match his stride. And you go, go, go. You leap over the edge of the gap, make an acrobatics roll +2.
You can do it!
+1 status bonus. Because
I'm
going
to invoke halfling luck here.
What does that
re-roll, do? Let me read it. But it's basically I get to re-roll any
Once per day.
Love halfling
once
luck.
per day.
All right. A purple mist appears.
Much better. So a 30, 32, 33.
You clear the other side and with a great deal of speed, reach the other side without any trouble.
Well done, my young friend.
Thank you. It was easy, guys.
Just be a legendary acrobatic.
Just be a cat or a legend in acrobatics.
Who's next?
Sandra's gonna standing there, jaw dropped.
Sir Brenros is hiding in the back of his big funky armor. Maybe I'll guard.
Percy gets behind Sildren just to make sure that he does not go last again.
Okay. All right.
Anyone?
Fellas.
Percy pushes Sildren.
Sildren, you are pushed out onto the bridge.
It would be, I can provide guidance to all.
He's touching people as they go by. Give him-
All right.
Ding, ding.
High five.
I will go before you if you so wish, but Sir Brenrose, you should go next. And I give him a little reassuring pat on the shoulder, passing some divine guidance onto him.
All right, that's +1 bonus?
Yeah.
All right. Sir Brenrose.
I want to do this. Suck it up. No crying. Go.
I'm crying this time.
Crying. No crying. All right.
Gonna have to toss me.
You run across, make an acrobatics roll +1 from the guidance.
Oh my god, in acrobatics. +1. Here we go. 24 in total.
With 24, you fall just short of the gap, fall into the gap, but nothing happens. You're actually on stable, invisible ground.
Oh. Okay.
And then you step onto the stones and you're not sure what caught you there. And then you stride down kind of cocky and need to make a willpower saving throw.
Willpower saving throw. A 24 in total.
And Sir Brenrose makes it to the other side, and he stops and turns and looks down deeply into these weird shadows underneath the bridge where several dozen hands flash up and move over to him, like almost like a swarm of piranha.
And where is he in relation to all of us?
He's about 10 feet away from your side, Yaru.
I bet they're grape flavored.
Come on, Branos! Get over here!
Tasty, tasty grapes.
Will someone get him, please? Is this what I did?
He just
looks
starts
like a moron.
swaying.
Sildren will.
I feel so alive. Starts taking off his clothes.
Since the guy that's only like 10 feet away from him was just standing there, Sildren will start heading his way.
No,
at a
he's on
run.
the other side, 10 feet away from that side.
Halik
Yeah.
will run out and grab him.
Right, yeah, I'm saying,
Likewise.
but they don't seem very interested in doing that. So.
Oh, no.
So who's
Halik
doing
will-
what?
Yeah.
Halik will run out to Brenros.
All right, little
grab
Palik
him.
runs out. You grab onto his hand, pull him. Palik, make a willpower saving throw.
An 18?
And she ends up holding his hand and stopping and also looking off
Shit.
the edge.
Yaru will not, furiously, but he'll put his claws out a little bit and grab both of them and try to pull them both back.
Don't make a roll a d6. Do a d6 plus 4.
6.
6 points of damage. Yaru does not care about delicacy or finery, and he slashes into you, both of you, takes 6 points of damage, and instantly yanks you guys both back, and all three of you are safe on the other side.
Good job! Again!
Thank you.
I'm sorry to bring you harm, but you left me no choice.
What? Maybe file those claws down a little?
Brenros, you kind of snap out of it and find Yaru on top of you, just kneading on your belly.
Thank you.
Xander. And give him Xander his little pat on the back as well.
Xander's going.
We do this!
Xander, you run across. Make an acrobatics roll. Actually, don't need to make an. Yes, you do, because it's for speed.
Yo!
Nope.
23!
Willpower saving throw is not necessary for you. You go way too slow, but you seem resilient to this effect. And you don't have any pulling sensation or any sense of dread, and you walk across slower than anyone else and take your sweet time and do not get pulled out of your senses.
I'm gonna mark this one, and I'll mark this one, and don't step here, Sildren, that's a little loose. I'm gonna mark this one here.
As Xander's talking, I just turn towards Piercy. Do you want to go last or for me to?
As they say, it's a 6 to 1, half a dozen of the shrimp.
Then go on, my friend. And I'll give Piercy a pat on the shoulder.
Yo on. And Piercy makes his way across the bridge.
All right, make an acrobatics plus 1.
Sildren just looks confused at whatever the last words he just...
Yeah, I don't know what that was either.
You're still hung up on Albuquerque.
35.
35. You run across the bridge. You slide between the legs of Xander. No easy task. And you reach the other side with ease, leaving, I think, only Sildren behind, and Xander still just marking stones haphazardly, making a hopscotch kind of board on the bridge.
This one's extra strong.
Huzzah!
If you go back to that one and go back to this one, then you don't have to worry about going over to the other one. You can just jump it. Look, I'm jumping like this.
No twosies! And then you...
So the desk that's just floating out there, and there's papers just sitting above it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Sildren will take a moment, say a little prayer, and then give himself guidance, and then run. And Yathane is going to cruise through the desk and try to snatch the papers with her claws as she goes by it.
And
But she's also kind of like, she's flying over the bridge, swoops out, tries to grab, and coming back in is the intention. So she's staying the least amount of time out over the actual chasm as possible.
Okay. Then you race out across, make an acrobatics roll for yourself, and then one for Yathane as well, please.
Okay, acrobatics for myself
Standing still, not so
Ooh.
good for flying.
is going to be a 35.
You slide underneath Xander, get stuck halfway. Sorry, and you back out, and then you stand up and walk around him. But you make it.
Good job, I guess, but there's a mark.
And then Yathane is screeching past the floating desk and makes a strafing run at Pages.
Yep. And you said acrobatics for her?
Please.
Ooh.
32 for her.
And scrapes up every single document off that desk and lands next to you and makes it rain on the other side. And all of you are safe. Except Xander, who's just leaning on the bridge side. Just
Let's see what these documents yield.
Oh, I might be able to help with that.
Xander, I'm gonna go after you next time. Everybody else got to go between your legs.
it's uncomfortable. Let me just read the paper.
Xander, you scoop up the pages and start reading them. They are written in an elven tongue. Do you speak Elvish?
Hang on. I haven't tried
Idrisil's just
before.
pissed off right now that
But
Elvish is finally.
Yes! Yes! Xander speaks Elven.
Xander speaks many languages. It is written in an elven tongue, but it has strange, mad ramblings. It is made not of ink, but almost strange, quivering lettering of shadows. And as you read the letters, you get a sense that these are not necessarily for your eyes, and each time you read them, they fall off the page behind you after you read that particular word, and then the next word, and the next word. And the overall gist between these different letters are phrases dealing with that the awakening has begun, phrases that the bones call to Skordrenar, and then the fate of the world has been decided. In addition, you have images of Raneth flashing into your mind, and his laughter, and you're running into him in previous encounters. And now I need you, Xander, to make another willpower saving throw. You have a target number of a 20 and a 30 as your goals.
Whoa, I don't feel so good. 30.
Wow.
The first one.
With a 30, this is a call where you see images of Raneth, and he calls directly into your soul, and you have a vulnerability to Raneth himself for the next 24 hours, and then you snap out and you glare back in your image and call out, no! And you reverse that effect with a critical success, and Raneth now has a vulnerability to you, -2 to armor class, and all saves for the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
And there's this weird image of him, and then his laughter stops, then he zooms out of your image, and all is quiet again, and the pages are blank.
That was the worst.
So this one is written in Elven, and it says awakening. Xander, what? Are you okay? I was just reading over your shoulder.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yes, Raneth was kind of in my head a little bit, but I got into his head, and now he's like totally afraid of me. Let's go.
And Sildren, the last page that Yathane has clutched in her beak is a crude-looking map, also made of this strange shadowy-like ink, but unlike the written pages, this shadow ink, although the lines and stuff quiver a bit, they don't fade away. They stay there. It's permanent.
Okay.
And it is a crude map you identify as Western Varen, and it has 4 unlabeled points that are marked on this map. There is a point to a region just south of the border to Thave with an X across it. There is a point in the middle of Navarre with an X across it. There is a point in Western Navarre that is circled, and then there is a line extending out from that last point of West Navarre and stretching out across the sea to the west to an unmarked point out in the middle of the Thousand Isles.
Okay. Guess Sildren will fold it up and put it away.
You are folded up, you put it away, you feel that it is good to have this, it's good for reference, but you also feel it's not ideal to have it, and you are now -1 on all willpower checks while you are the last person to possess this.
Would someone be able to contain this in their bag of holding? If someone has one,
Piercy
I believe.
grabs it and puts it in his mouth.
I
It's
can help you
gone.
out.
It's gone. It's in Piercy's
Yeah, I was gonna say,
bulbous
no one has
mouth.
That was weird.
The amazing Yosoki ability. Come on.
Yeah.
All former Yosoki know this.
I d-
Just don't ask for it back.
I don't want it
What
back.
are you trying to say there, Sildren?
Let us proceed.
Thank you for not saying pray.
Yeah, it sounded like Frey. Sildren, you are not affected by that negative effect. However, Piercy, you are. You are -1 to your willpower from here on out.
Okay.
All right. And you're a little parched. Okay, the group.
Parched. Parchmented.
The group carries on, and this strange little nightmarish study you leave behind, and you open up into a larger chamber. And this chamber has these raised long platforms. It's almost like a rectangle, a wireframe rectangle made of stone that's risen up. And there are big pillars, maybe 12 gigantic 20-foot pillars that rise out of the ground. You can see there's rubble that has fallen down. This is an old construction, and this raised section, it's about 30 feet up with stairs that go up. In the middle of this raised area, you can see there is a circle carved into the ground quite some distance away, probably, I don't know, 100 to 150 feet away. And in that circle, there is a segment of something floating around, some sort of object. Above that circle on this raised stone structure are two devices that are emanating strange blue light that converge on that floating object. You're not quite sure what to make of all of it because it's still some distance away. More importantly, there are forces of strange undead creatures, pseudo bony with a little bit of flesh drawn taut over them that are nearby. Maybe about 3 or 4 of them are nearby, and they start moving towards you menacingly. Nearby, 120 feet away by that floating object, you can see behind it is a shadowy being with white lights for eyes that flash briefly. And you can see Raneth, his voice billowing and filling the entire room. And he says, "You feel you can come to make some change to save your world, but you are far too late. It is all done. There is nothing left for you but death." And as he says that, there is another creature on the far side of this chamber on a raised platform that starts to move its hands, and another one of these undead rise up from the ground, and they start closing in, and strange bones from these creatures' wrists are flung at you, and you duck them, and we have a combat on our hands, everybody.
Woo!
I've got a map that I am sharing your way.
That's a large map.
It's coming. And I'm going to show this to our viewing audience as well. Hopefully it's coming. I'm going to change music. To that. All right. Has the map come through for you guys yet?
No.
I
Still waiting.
So as we're waiting, Sildren will kind of give information to the group in a way. Remember the bone fragment. It must be extracted from the tower.
Waiting. Let's see.
Which tower?
Where we are now.
We gotta take it back to the Black Doors! Back to Mir Skan!
Out of this place. It must be extracted from this place.
Oh. We got this.
All
There
right.
it is.
You can see it. Still waiting
Yep.
on mine, but it should come through soon. It's a big image.
No doubt.
Probably too big.
That's what she said.
All right. So while that's loading up, let's just pretend you can see what's going on there. We have these creatures that are climbing around this structure, and there are several that are right next to you. We can at least relatively see each other on this map. I'm going to roll some initiative. We're going to see what's going on first. First up is Raneth.
After you.
Piercy, you're doing an after you?
Yes.
All right, you gain your panache, but you go last in the initiative. First up is Raneth, and he's going to delay his action. And then after that, again, is always near the top, Sildren.
Well, I mean, I've taken like every initiative thing I can. So let's see here. We have these creatures. We have that guy over there. Let me see what's in my spell list real quick.
This is going to be a huge map.
Yeah, so the nearest undead creature heading towards me, Sildren just extends a hand and holy power emanates from it, and he's going to cast Disrupt Undead, which is a
Which is
spell
awesome.
attack. All right, ready?
Yes.
Where the hell? There we go. Nope. Oh no, I'm sorry. It is a save that they have to make, a Fortitude saving throw.
We've made this thing before.
Yeah.
All right. It's what kind of save?
Fortitude saving throw.
Fortitude 15.
15. That is a critical fail, so it is enfeebled, and then we'll take 7 points of damage along with it, and then Yathane will move an attack, and she is oh my god, did everybody go? Jesus, this whole thing is crazy. Okay, she's gonna attack the same creature that's heading towards us.
Okay.
So she will move an attack.
My map's still not going to come through. I'm going to do some quick drawings on it. Is everyone still missing some?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
I'm
it.
missing
Yeah, I'm
all,
not getting it.
aside from character.
Yeah, I just see the icons. She rolls a 27 to hit.
Okay. I don't know if these will come through either, but we'll give it a shot. This is the crudest, terriblest drawing ever. I don't know if they're coming through on that. I'm so disappointed my map isn't working here. Oh my god, this is terrible. I'm more embarrassed by this drawing than anything else. Oh, I don't even know if it's going to come through. This bad. This is bad. We might just end up doing rough theater of the mind on this one. And zoop, 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 zoop. And zoop, 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 zoop. And I'm going to share one more time. See what's going on. Close. Maybe close. Let's go images and try again.
We asked for so little, Tom.
Man, oh man. Right click, share, share sheet.
Do we need to close it?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think it was that big of an image for not coming through. Images maps. It says it's there. Huh. All right, we'll just do it theater of the mind. So essentially, you've got some long rectangular, risen, almost aqueduct-like stone steps with stone supports. There are some stairs that are very close to the nearest creature on each of these aqueduct-type sections. And then halfway through is this strange glowing area with these two beams that are hitting it down. That's by Raneth on the right side. Sildren, you were doing Yathane attack? Did we skip
Yeah,
that part?
Yathane got 27 to hit.
That guy is a hit.
All right. She does 14 points of damage to it.
14 points is
And that is
nice.
piercing damage.
Okay. Done. Next up is... After Sildren is the creature on the far right-hand side. This is far to the east. It is a strange, pale, undead humanoid guy with no mouth and eyes, and he's just kind of waving around his arms. As he does this lifting motion, and another one of these creatures appears not too far away from the group as it rises up out of the ground.
Which guy did that?
Far to the east, the green guy. He's on a risen platform.
Okay. And is that Raneth that's not quite the whole way out there then?
Correct. The black figure.
Okay.
And then next up is Palik.
Perfect. I'm going to move over to this gentleman that Yathane is on and do some flanking.
Okay.
And I have a dagger out and a rapier out, and I'm going to strike with my rapier.
All right.
For a 35.
With a 35, that is a big hit. Holy moly. That's a critical.
Nice.
Perfect. So hold on a second, because he's flat-footed, so I get some
Yeah, this is a
extra
backstab.
there.
And then
Oh,
you
the
also
first
get an extra
backstab.
D8 because it's deadly as well, right?
Yes. So 25, 48 plus 6 is 54 points of damage.
Palik comes up. The creature, distracted, turning to swat at Yathane, is just stabbed in the back repeatedly, maybe just almost degutted from behind, and you slay that Death Stalker with ease, Palik.
Just have the image of her screaming and like jumping up on its back and just
Yeah.
like just stab.
Nice.
And I will hold on there. Yeah.
All right, Sir Brenros, you're next.
Was one action. There are two that appear to be incoming from the front there. I am actually going to go north from my position, looking at the map here, the two that are furthest away. I will move full distance due north of that, and then raise my shield and brace for... I'll raise my shield and I will attack right now.
Okay, go for it.
And put this giant map away. And here we go. Dun dun dun. That is a 27 to hit.
27 is a hit.
27 is a hit. That is 14 plus. That is 18 points of damage.
Good hit. All right, you slice in. You separate some bones, but the creature is still standing. And next up is... We're going to skip down. They're going to go slow this first round. Next up is Master Yaru.
How far away are the two easternmost Zombies? Deathstalkers?
Called Death Stalkers.
Deathstalkers.
Let's see. That is 10, 20, 30, that's 30. They're about 60 feet away.
Really? That's just a shame. I'm going to use 2 actions to move right in between them. That's 90 feet of movement speed that I have. So I'm going to do like zigzag, like movements to get right in between the both of them.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do a flurry of blows, and I'm going to attack both of them with 1 hit.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
With crazy speed, the old panther races up.
27 to hit the first one, 31 to hit the second.
Okay. You have hit you've hit both, but no critical. And go ahead and you guys close out of that map. I'm going to try and resend it in just a second here.
Closed.
And go ahead and do your damage there.
Ooh, nice. 16 to the first, 14 to the second.
Wow, boom, boom. You're dishing out some huge damage.
Max damage.
Let me paste this. I'm trying to also give a reduced resolution image coming by at the same time. All right, you hit twice with those damages, and I will make note of that. Xander, you see Miyaru racing up and just big hits, and you've got some. Do you have any effects that come off of your hand wraps?
My hand wraps, let me...
Just curious. And then Xander, you're up next.
Reload. On my hand wraps. I don't know if I have any.
Don't worry about it. Xander, go ahead.
Thank you.
Xander will point to the guy that did the hand raising, that pulled up the Deathstalker right up in front of us.
Yes.
And he will fire an acid arrow.
Okay.
Wait. Let me just confirm my range on this guy. Yeah, 120. That sounds right. He's within range. Is that right?
Totally.
Get at him! That's an arrow for 26.
26 is a hit.
Woo! Gonna get him for
Nice.
20 points of acid damage.
20. They're sizzling. The creature makes this mouth motion that it's in a great deal of pain, but it doesn't make any sound. Just its mouth is just open. And you do nice chunk of damage. And
he gets 1d6 persistent, by the way.
Oh god, okay. Here, and then let's go to there. And then some attacks come in. Brenros, you are 29 to hit.
A 29 will hit.
All right, you are slashed for...
No,
Ooh.
I'm sorry. 29
No.
will not hit.
Okay,
I have
scrapes up against your...
31
Armor?
class.
Nice. Huge. You were not hit repeatedly by this thing. And I'm going to have those other ones. Some of them are on the upper catwalk type things are going to stay in place. And the others, I'm not going to mess with too right now. We're going to finish with Piercy while I get this image loaded.
Piercy's gonna kind of follow Xander's lead and
After you.
and use 3 actions to get all the way over to the green guy, the what'd you call him? What was he?
A Death Stalker.
Death Stalker.
The green guy's a
Green guys.
betrayer.
Yeah, the green guy,
Betrayer.
according to the combat
Sorry.
tracker, is a
Oh,
betrayer.
it's on the far east-hand side. He's a betrayer. Sorry.
Yeah.
He
Piercy's
is
gonna
far.
run.
He's super far away.
He's
Yeah, but I have-
past Raneth.
I have 45 feet per action, so I can
You
go
would
under-
get maybe halfway to 2/3 of the way there.
Oh, okay. I thought he was.
You
within-
just said Xander could hit him with a 120-foot range.
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. I was dealing with my image thing. He's much farther than that. I thought Xander was talking about someone else. I'm so sorry, Xander.
Well, who did I hit then?
You hit one of the other creatures in the way.
That guy! Acid
Sorry.
face!
I'm pasting images and trying to go as fast as I can. So that's the distance for you, Piercy.
Yeah, he's just trying to close the gap. Then.
Okay. Oh my goodness, that is not what I want. Sorry, having some technical issues here. Here, going to here, going to images, going to reduced image map. copy. Come on, baby. And then going to moving images between computers. Let's start a fresh turn, and Raneth is going to attack Piercy. One of those creatures is pulled by Raneth. One of those Death Stalkers is whipped by Raneth at you, Piercy, and you have to dodge out of the way as this creature is kind of just flung in bonus shards, shattered, and all of those shards. He kills the creature and throws its brittle remains at you, and I need you to make a crazy roll. Let's see. It is where is it at? It is a reflex. Double checking one more time. No, fortitude save. You need a
Oh no, because you're covered in
28
gore.
or higher.
You're muted.
Sorry. Okay. Fortitude. 28 or higher.
Oh no!
Oh, shit. That I'm gonna spend 2 hero points
Okay,
Natural one
because you rolled
is
a natural
bad.
one.
because I rolled a natural 1.
Ate it.
28 or higher. Fortitude.
Good luck.
Ah,
What
Hold
did you
on.
roll?
I have-
27.
I have nimble dodge, which gives me a +2.
Not the fortitude.
Yeah, this is fortitude after all. This was a fortitude save. It does not help. You are pelted and pelted and pelted and hit.
But it's just +2 circumstance bonus to AC against triggering attack.
AC.
AC, this is a fortitude saving
Oh,
throw.
Okay, hold on. I have
Wait.
I've charmed life. You gain.
I'm just going to roll my 60-10 negative damage right now while you figure
Figure save. I have
While you
charmed
figure
life
this out.
+2. I passed.
With what?
Charmed life.
What's
It gives
charmed life, Reed?
Again, a +2 circumstance bonus. Oh shit! But I have to have not rolled yet.
Yep, that's the catch. We're figuring out new characters. It happens. All right, you are blasted by this creature, and you take 32 points of negative damage by Raneth. He laughs.
I don't
Copy.
like that laugh.
All right, I've almost got my image finally done. Delete, save here, copy, over, delete, enter. I'm going into Fantasy Grounds one last time. We're going to give this image another shot. Going to images, going to uncategorized, trying to see if we can get this to work. Oh my goodness, it is just not my day. It's so freaking close. Why won't? All right. Let's go uncategorized. All right, I've got a better idea. I'm gonna kick all you guys out of Fantasy Grounds.
No. That's not a good idea.
All right, let's kick it out,
Combat.
and everything should be saved. And I'm gonna bring it back up again, and then we'll hopefully be good. Loading campaign. Listeners are loving this.
I'll fix
We
it
have-
in post.
Yeah, technical issues from time to time. Fantasy Grounds is loading up now. I'll let you know when it's ready to go, and then we'll give it another whirl.
Let us know in the chat whose background you like the most.
All right,
The hell
Fantasy
is
Grounds is
that?
back up.
I don't know.
Starting.
Now I'm logging in here.
Oh. Gotta run.
I think I just hit the. I think it just hit the capacity of the.
Oh, no. We
Okay.
reset
Try again.
cache.
Here we go.
I'm launching it. Hold on. I have a cache.
Does this mean need DOS 3.1?
That's not a good sign.
DOS box.
Oh, there we go.
Come on, load up.
I don't have any.
Alright.
There we go.
I don't know if it matters. Oh, wait.
It doesn't.
Well, Yafane's in is level 7.
Let's not worry about that at all. We got so many other things to deal with here.
Your bird means nothing to me, Sildren. Nothing. Have you seen this map?
I'm getting that impression.
This map is more important than you.
Yeah, let's not stress about that. Come on, so I redid the map, I lowered the resolution, and I'm hoping it'll come through. I don't know why it wouldn't.
It loaded a little bit.
I still have just icons right now, but it took
give
a
it a-
minute
give
for
it a-
my it took my
give it a
a
second.
minute for my characters to load up.
Let's.
Oh, they got big. That's a good sign.
Always a good sign.
It's just not being happy.
What the hell?
Oh, another tiny.
Yeah, let's not worry about it at all. Screw the map.
I don't even have the map.
Theater of the mind is flawless.
The other mind, we've done it before. I'm closing the map. The map is down. Okay. What we have here is a combat tracker I need to bring back up, and let's keep this party rolling. We had Raneth go, and so that means we need Sildren.
Yeah. So how far forward did Piercy travel?
Piercy is 2/3 of the way across this entire map.
135 feet.
135. Okay. Sildren will activate his bracelet of dashing, giving him an extra +10. He'll travel 45 feet to the east towards Raneth. Am I doing that? Am I in close proximity to one of these Deathstalker creatures?
Yeah, they are everywhere. There's about maybe eight of them, and all scattered throughout the rubble. There's also some rubble though in the way. Piercy, which route did you take? Did you go up?
Straight.
Straight. So you're low on the ground. That puts you running past Raneth. What was your end goal?
To get to the, what's it called? The
Betrayer.
The betrayer. The betrayer is on the other side of the map, and then 30 feet up on some of this bridge work stone. So what you can do, Piercy, is there's stairs right near where the group came in. You can race up those stairs and then run across this like bridge section. And as you're running across, you're now abeam Raneth, and that's where he got you with one of these bad guys. You're also right next to one of these strange machines. It almost looks like kind of like a long turret or a spotlight type thing, and it has this blue light that is emanating out. There's another one on the other side of this. It's like a double long bridge that goes on either side of Raneth. Both of them have a device that are pointed down, and these devices are hitting with blue energy into a big section of bone, some sort of femur that is just slowly rotating in space in this blue energy. However, next to you, Piercy, is one of these Deathstalkers, and so that's where you are at. And Sildren, it was your turn, so let's go back to you.
So where is this blue light? And it's a single bone fragment, yes?
It is a single bone fragment in the middle of the room, and that is being hit by two lights up from above on sides of this double bridge that runs parallel.
Sildren is actually beelining it towards that then. So activating the bracelets in action, and then I'll spend 2 actions to get as close to it as I can.
Okay. And next to that, on the other side of it, about 10 feet away from it, is Raneth himself.
Very good. That's
All
pretty
right.
much where I want to be heading. And Yathane is traveling 60 feet as well towards all of that nonsense.
Got it. You are racing up there. What was your move speed with the
45.
45?
Yeah, I'm using 2 actions, so I'm able to travel 90 feet.
You are almost there to the middle section. The betrayer goes next. and he starts rising up with his hands, and another section of these Deathstalkers rises. One of these creatures rises out of the ground. Palik, you stand almost in a bit of gore from this brutal blow you delivered. What are you up to?
Brenros is a little bit north, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna go and circumvent the Deathstalker that he's entangled with, and
Help
Second
him out?
verse, same as the first.
and help him out. Yeah.
What's your move speed, Palik? Are you fast?
30 feet.
30 feet. It'll take you 2 actions to get behind the Deathstalker to
I
get some
figured.
flanking.
No problem.
All right, you have 1/3 action, and now because he has got the creature flat-footed, that is a backstab ability.
32.
32 is where's the 2? Oh, because of the flanking.
Yeah.
That is another freaking critical on a
Yeah.
backstab.
Brenros is just, I'll just go home. Don't need me.
No, he does need you. You got that too.
Backstabs are brutal,
Yeah.
especially with criticals.
26, 31, 30, 48 points of damage.
Jesus.
48. You drop that creature as well.
Yeah. So again, I just like jump into this thing's back and just like,
Just a little Cuisinart type thing.
yeah.
Brenros, it is your turn to look stunned, look in horror at this little halfling woman.
Set my shield up. I can't watch the horror.
Just
Uh,
splash on the shield. Like
You're welcome.
Do you need me for anything else?
Just your flanking bonus.
There's another Deathstalker nearby, if I recall. Is that
There's one not. Make a perception roll, Brenros.
perception roll is 29.
Oh, that's pretty darn high. Brenros, you look around, you see that Deathstalker not too far away, that it's essentially slowly trying to flank the entire group. You can easily get there with one action. Then you look up at this high ceiling and you see above you a strange being made of stone-like armor and with no skin or flesh, but shadowy head and shadowy wrists that come out of this armor. And this being is massive. It is 25 feet tall, and it is suspended from the ceiling by chains not too unfamiliar to the ones you've seen earlier. And you are like, whoa, and it is just silently just hanging in the darkness, barely visible.
Assuming my sanity is still intact.
Yes.
I aggressively whisper to Bleak, "Don't look up," and I charge to the next Deathstalker.
Deathstalker, you do so. You go racing over there, and you have 2 actions remaining.
I will be raising the shield and then slashing. Here comes the attack. Boom, a 28 to hit.
28's a hit.
Coming down with 15 plus, considering they're undead, 20 points of damage.
Oh, it's a
Nice.
big hit.
Nice.
There's a flash, almost like a divine spark as your weapon cuts into it, and you do nice damage to that creature. And I was going to make a note. Yes, and then in return, the creature slashes at you with a 22. 29, I think we said was a miss.
Is a miss.
God darn. And man, I rolled so well, and it doesn't matter. I rolled a 19 and a 19, and Brenros is just so freaking strong. It's just clawing and raking at your armor, and it cannot get through your divine protections. Piercy, on the other hand, you are next to one. You are next to this machine that's emanating this blue energy, but there's also a Deathstalker right there, and it claws at you. Spends an action to move in, and then it claws with a 30 to hit Piercy.
That hits.
You are hit for only 7 points of damage. and the wound burns. I need you to make a fortitude saving throw, please.
28.
28. You shrug it off. It's not a factor at all. It strikes
Nice.
again with a 25 to hit.
No.
26 to hit, sorry.
No.
And that's it. And there was Master Yaru. You've got two fellows that are right next to you.
I do. So you asked me in my last turn what my hand wraps do. I don't have anything specifically in my inventory to describe them, but they're hand wraps of mighty blows. So essentially, they take my damage die from a D4 to a D6 as an unarmed fighter.
They
I
make your
also-
weekend extra special.
Pretty much. I also have Mystic Strikes, which helps me with like magic resistance and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, it counts as magic for
Yeah.
anyone resistant to normal weapons.
So-
All right, you are being attacked, though.
yes.
It is their turn.
So I'm surrounded by my. Oh, it's their turn. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's their turn. You are hit with a 31,
Ooh, that hits.
a 22,
Nope.
and a miss. And then the other one gets a 26.
That is my AC. That does hit.
All right, you are struck twice. You take raking bone damage, slashing of 13 points and then 12 points. And I need you to make a fortitude saving throw, please, as the wounds burn.
Okay.
The fire still burns.
Ooh, that's not
natural
good. I'm gonna
one.
use both my hero points on that.
Yikes.
It's not good. Let's try
Better.
that again. 24.
Good, and then roll it one more time for the second wound.
Okay, actually, I have. Let me see what it's called here. Path to Perfection. My fortitude saves are critical saves. I can't.
Fortitude save is a critical save. Okay, then don't worry about the second one. That's great. That's fantastic. Nice. Done. Sildren, you see as you are approaching Raneth, he is getting ready to cast some magic on you. But it's not his turn. Just be aware of that. And let's skip all the way down to the next player, which is Master Yaru.
Okay.
You got two
so-
dudes right in your face.
Yes. I just took 25 points of damage. Need to mark that. I will do a flurry of blows on one of the creatures. Oh shit! Damn, that sucks. With a 20 to hit and an 18 to hit.
Oh, you were thrown off by how cocky. Hey, man, I avoided that fortitude
Yeah.
issue. But that's only one action.
Yeah, I will use
too
my,
busy flexing.
Yeah, I'll use my next two actions to focus on just one of the creatures.
It's taking selfies.
God damn it! With a natural
no.
one.
Oh,
You want me to roll the second one? I guess.
Go ahead and make your second one.
Yep, a 27, of course.
27 hits. Go ahead and roll your hit.
I hope that's all my natural ones for the day. 9 points of damage.
9. Shoot. You miss. You throw a punch. You connect, and as you go to throw another punch, it is able to rake at your arm and hit you for free damage, and get a free hit on you. That damage is only a measly 9 points of damage, and you need to make another fortitude saving throw, please, as that
So much
wound
saving.
might burn.
28.
Oh, you resist that as
Critical
well.
success.
All right, and remind me, you get to ignore the next one as well with that critical
Okay.
success. Nice. Okay, you're hanging in there. It's scrappy down there. Xander, you are shooting at people. You're not quite sure who's who. The enemies are shifting around in your vision. What would you like to do?
Kind of moving around. Being that I've seen Palik just like jump slaughter, like one at a time, just like kicking him out. Xander wants to show off a little bit. They're like, watch what I can do! And throws a fireball at Raneth.
Okay. Wow, he and I were not expecting that. Raneth needs to make a reflex saving throw, according to my recollection.
Correct? And gets a -2.
With a -2? Oh, because of your resilience.
Yep.
Son of a bleep, I rolled a 3. He has a total of 20.
All right, so that is not the 24 he needs, which means he will take full damage
Oh.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
of 26 fire damage.
26. Boom! There's a big fire around Raneth. And the fire dissipates and there's smoke, and then the smoke kind of coalesces around his form for a bit, and he is still standing. He took damage, but not as much damage as you were hoping. I will leave it at that.
That was pretty good, big guy.
I'm awesome! And Xander will start. Yeah, he's gonna run forward a little bit.
Okay. Piercy, you're right behind Master Yaru then, Xander. Piercy, what do you want to do?
Piercy stops and notices this spotlight, can we call it?
Kind of.
Looks it up and down and looks over to the beam and sees that it's holding this bone, or shining on this bone anyway. And waves his hand in front of it.
There's a Death Stalker, by the way, right next to you.
Okay. Waves his hand in front of the beam, like makes a little shadow puppet.
Okay.
That's the shadow puppet.
Oh, we don't want to talk about that. And I don't, just takes a stab at like the lens or whatever the light is coming out of.
Okay, you start stabbing, and there's no lens or anything, but you start stabbing in there, stabbing on the sides, and make a damage roll with your weapon, please.
Okay, and I do have the 9.
Not an attack, just a damage roll.
Oh, just, sorry,
Automatic hit.
14.
14, and do it again.
15.
Not enough, and you can spend your third action again.
Okay. 20.
20, you slash and attack with it's your short sword, right?
Yeah.
And you are able to hack off the last quarter of this strange metal contraption, and it falls off, and the magic fades and almost trails as it fades down towards the bone, and it breaks apart. There's a small blast of bluish energy. I need you to make a reflex saving throw, Piercy.
Okay. That's right here. 38.
38 is a critical success.
Then I
and
don't have, yeah.
Yeah, you essentially drop off the bridge that's 30 feet high and grab the edge. There's an explosion above you, and then you pull yourself back up, taking no damage from this whatsoever. And the other good news, the Death Stalker was blasted clear off and goes flying off and crashes to the ground. Next up is our friend Raneth. He sees Sildren. Sildren, he does not like you. I'm not sure if that was made clear in the previous episode.
But
He is not a Sildren fan right now. He sees you and he looks up at the exploding device and he says, "All of this is for naught, and you will die, Crystal Bearer." And he flies through the air, racing at you. And as he is racing towards you to strike with his claws, with his one claw's coming down, his other hand he's pulling away one of Master Yaru's creatures that bursts into a bunch of bones and come flying away from you, Master Yaru, flying across the map and into the back of Sildren. And we will take our break there, and we will be back in a bit.
Let's see. Defenders of the Realm, Champions of the Grey Wolf, Heroes of Navarre. Oh, I like that one. Hey, can you help us come up with a newer, awesomer title? Please sign up at patreon.com/Inglorious Bards to help us pay our way through capital cities and adventure through monster-filled lands. Oh, we can become the Legends of Varen. Whoa, I like the sound of that.
Raneth attacks with nasty-looking shadow claws. He is not the same Raneth you last met long ago at the bottom of a theater. He looks more impressive and intimidating. And he strikes at you with his spectral hand, Sildren. With a natural 1.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I was so setting this up to be huge. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
Out of my face.
He swings and misses and kind of shakily destroys the creature, pulling it at you. You do have to make a fortitude saving throw, but add +3 to your save as he doesn't have full control over this destructive attack.
I'm sorry, that was Yathane. I mean, it's the same one, but
If it's the same roll, we'll take it.
okay.
We'll take it.
26 then.
26. You are hit by all of the damage still. You are slammed for 34 points of negative damage. And you also believe anyone else in the way would have also taken that damage.
Fun.
And he is filled with a little bit of energy and gains some temporary protection and is sped up and seems to be moving a little faster.
Of course he is.
And that is his turn, though. Next up is you, Sildren.
Okay. So he's still on the other side of the bone fragment from me?
No, he is flown over right to you and swiped.
Oh, great.
So he's right in front of you.
Fantastic.
And he's taunting you further. He says, everything you're doing is too late, and you have no toys left, Crystal Bearer.
You may find that to be erroneous, and I will extend my hand.
Irona, why do not know? I don't know what.
Yara stops in the middle of the fight and is like, let me write that down. Hang on. Yara.
And Sildren will point blank searing light him, I suppose.
Ooh. That's a spell attack roll.
Way to go,
That-
Krillin.
That is correct.
All right, go ahead and add a +1 mortal enemy Sildren bonus.
Sounds good.
Immortal enemy?
Searing light. Let's make
don't
an
say that.
attack roll. Natural 20.
Jesus!
Solar flare.
So let me ask you this: is he either undead or a fiend?
He qualifies for those. Yes. Oh my God! Has this not turned out well for him?
All right. Well, let's make a roll.
He started out with a natural one.
So he is going to take 76 points of damage.
Oh.
ERRO. He's taking mental damage.
Is it
That has
IOUS?
gotten the single highest damage that's been done in the
Oh,
turn.
for sure.
Wow.
By like 20 points.
Yeah, I think you get the achievement for.
All right, you burn just the brightest light any of you have ever seen just blasts out, and it's this continuous just beam of heroic energy that just sizzles and sizzles, and Raneth is like holding back and fighting back in some anime style, but finally there's not enough, and shoosh, he goes flying back and goes flying, almost hitting the bone fragment, and flies back 30, 40, 50 feet before stopping himself, and you let go of this big bright beam of energy, and different shadows of him kind of recoalesce, and he reforms his humanoid shape of shadows, but he doesn't look as tangible. Like that's some of the shadows are falling apart and having to reattach again, and he's moving sluggishly. That was a massive blow.
Sildren is also.
No. You
Oh,
have
okay.
to say something.
I might still have a few tricks up my sleeve yet, and I hold up the box that I still have that had sent Raneth away before.
You pull out a crystal wireframe little box that can fit in your hand. You pull it out of your pouch. And how did you get this box?
Callian Varro had given it to me
All right.
long ago.
You hold this box in your hand, and Raneth's big, bright, white eyes get a little bit wider as well. But that is the last of your actions.
And Yathane, is she close to a Deathstalker at the moment?
Yes.
She will then attack
Okay.
using Jaws as her primary weapon. 19 to hit.
Misses.
All right. That was
Next up
anticlimactic.
is this strange green fellow, the betrayer, who's up on the far side, kind of like Piercy. You've run up along this one long, like 10-foot wide length of a stone bridge, and if you go to the far end, it takes a right-hand turn, and then there's another section that loops all the way back. It's like a really long U, if you will, of a bridge. At that bend, the bottom of that U is where this guy is at. He's almost like a conductor, and he's moving his hands, and he raises up 2 more of these Death Stalkers, but they are not near anyone. They are at the entrance where you guys came in, and they are moving slowly and not a factor at this very moment. Palik!
So
Northwest.
and there's a Deathstalker entangled with Brenros not too far away, correct?
Yes.
Is there any more in that general vicinity? And is that the one that Yothane hit as well?
Yeah, no, Yothane's in a different spot.
Okay.
And there are 2 new ones that just appeared that are 2 actions away from you to run there.
Yeah, but that's back. I don't really want to go back.
Okay.
So, Brenros and Palik have done a good job. So yeah, she'll run up and flank this Deathstalker with Brenros again.
Just a kill-stealing halfling is what you... I'm still level 7, you're like 24.
She'll coyly look over her shoulder at Xander and say, "You Silver Fox, we make a pretty good team." Like, just loud enough for
Gonna give Xander a -1 circumstance bonus.
I know. Palik has not experienced burning hands yet, and I think she's about to.
And yeah, she'll attack with a natural 20.
Oh my
Yes.
Don't bother rolling the day.
god! That's 3 crits.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. Just 'cause.
Oh my god.
But yeah, good times.
Brutal.
Good lord!
Would you like to visually describe this as well, Palik?
Same thing, just like jumps up and like just 1,000 little poke marks in his back.
You were like
And
what
then-
Chucky always wanted to be. You're just
She'll just fall with his body and like be face to face with Brenros and give him a little wink.
Brenros has to lift his visor away, it's blood and slop comes off.
Brenros, it is your turn.
I swing wildly all 3 actions in space, just...
It was right here.
1 full action is dedicated to this massive creature that is above me.
Okay.
It is. I'm trying to determine in quick succession how it could be there. Is it chained for punishment? Is it chained for summoning? Is that kind
Make an occult roll.
of... Excuse me. 1 occult roll. Where's occult? Oh, there it is.
Occultism.
A 24.
24. You believe the creature is waiting to be released. It is in a tactical position almost.
Okay. My next...
Make a perception roll.
Oh. I'll make a perception roll. A natural 20.
What?
Oh, I was going to give you a little bit of information. I'll give you all 3 bits of information. There are 3 more of these giant things also suspended in the darkness.
Okay.
That's not good.
He gives this kind of look. Oh, we have to stop this. Palik, quick! And guiding Palik along with him, but he takes the initial steps with his actions and starts running over towards where the rest of the party is gathering towards the middle, where
The middle section, the Raneth bone area. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Got it. That was Brenros. There is nothing there, nothing there. There's a Death Stalker. No, not swatting at Yothane. Yothane has a new swipe ability, right? So
Yep.
she just flies right by and gets by. Okay, never mind. They're the one that was closest to Yathane, Sildren, moves towards you, then takes an extra move to get behind you. So you are sandwiched and flanked by, if you will, long distance wise between you and Raneth. Even though he's 60 feet away, it's moving right behind you. So you are between it and Raneth. And then it is attacking with its claws. Oh, boy. The gods, you guys brought some nice gods with you with a total of 20 to hit.
Yeah, it's going to miss.
Man, that's bad. Piercy, you see there is the other device that's emanating blue magic still at the bone on the other side of this U bridge section. And there is a Deathstalker there who is running the long way around looking to try to get to you. It kind of looks at you and starts running, but it's going to be a turn or two before he can get there.
Okay.
And we'll say that's it for that. Master Yaru, you do have one still right in front of you, and it attacks you trying to get some hits. Oh my goodness. Go ahead and make a free damage roll, Master Yaru, as you return the favor.
14 points of
14.
damage.
You smash the creature and are able to knock it off balance. It gets another attack on you.
I'm writing the word down. I just give it the old Rafiki back smash to the face.
I rolled a 1, then I rolled a 2, and it misses. And its last attack is a 20, total of 20. God dang. Struggling. Master Yoru, there are also 2 newly summoned Deathstalkers that are behind you at the entrance that slowly make their way towards you. One of them actually fires some bones from its wrist, a la Spider-Man, that don't come anywhere near you, but they're kind of closing in on you from behind. They are now flanking you. So you have 3 completely surrounding you, 2 from behind, 1 in front, but that took all of their actions, so they don't get attacks this round. And it is your turn.
Okay. I can see everybody kind of running towards the middle at this point.
Yes.
I'm southernmost from all of them. How far away is that other device thing pointing light at the bone?
It's about 100 feet.
100 feet away.
And then 30 feet up on the bridge.
Damn. Okay. And how far away is Raneth?
Raneth is same distance. You're far to the west. And Raneth is the same distance. And then you got these 3 guys next to you.
Okay. Gosh. And there's nobody near Brenros and Palik. They cleared their enemies somewhat.
They do, but they also look like they're panicking and running towards the middle section for some reason.
Okay. I will see that, and I will heed that kind of calling, and I will just. I really just want to use. I'm going to go ahead and use all of my actions to just run towards the bone, to that device.
Okay. You then leave these 3 guys, and you kind of wince when you run away, but they do not have any attack of opportunities, and you avoid a whole lot of damage. You race up some old crumbling stairs, and then are on top of this narrowish bridge and are running. There was a guard up there of a Deathstalker, but it actually left that position to go after Piercy, and you are right next to this machine. What's your move speed?
45.
45. It'll take all of your actions to get there. You're right next to it now.
I'll do that, and I'll prepare to break it just as Piercy did.
All right, Xander.
But with my fists.
I will eat the porridge.
When I was listening earlier to Sildren,
I will make love to... Yes, what?
Right in the face with the... What? The searing light. How far away was Sildren and Raneth from each other? Are they right up next to each other?
Raneth was
right in the face, right?
was knocked back about 40 feet.
40 feet. It's further than I wanted it to be. So they are not right next to each other now.
Sildren and Raneth are 40 feet away.
Okay. I will change my plans. And I will instead not... I was about to lightning bolt the blue light machine that Yaru was going up to, because that would be cool. Like, hey, I got that for you. But instead there was those three. You said there were 3 of the Deathstalkers right near Yaru. Is that right?
He ran away from them. Yes, there's a cluster of them.
What a great time for some burning hands!
You are in that vicinity. Yes, it'll take 1 action to get a little close enough to them, and then 2 actions to let loose with some hand action.
Let's do it. So Xander gets within range and extends out with the burning hands in a full cone.
Reflex saving throws, natural 20, come on! And then 22. Oh my God!
Are you kidding me right now? So
no damage, and a 22.
Ridiculous.
I've never done that.
So the second guy, I guess, or the third guy, whatever, will get the full amount of 20 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Can't believe I missed 2 dudes.
Magical reoccurring number, 20 damage. 20
Yeah,
damage.
he's burning with the fire. The others kind of just stride right through it like the Terminator. Meanwhile, Piercy von Skeetenlever, who's taking some hits.
He sees this other Death Walker. Is that what you called it?
Deathstalker.
Starting to run around towards him, and so he don't worry, I will meet you halfway.
Okay.
And heads towards him.
All right, it'll take you 2 actions to get there, and you are next to that Deathstalker who is right next to the Betrayer who's been summoning things. You're next to both of them.
Percy.
And the Betrayer looks confused. He has no mouth. He just kind of looks at you like you should not be up here.
Percy still has panache. Oh wait, yeah, he does.
Yeah, you've not burned it.
He hasn't done a finishing move, so he's going to say to the Deathstalker, hold on just a minute. And he turns towards the other dude, and with a
This is the Betrayer.
Towards the Betrayer with a finisher. 32.
32 is a critical hit.
Yeah.
A critical hit with a finisher?
This is gonna be big damage too.
So
Your achievement's at risk.
No, it's not. Maybe it is.
Oh, not the 12. Sorry. Not that one. So 42 plus. Where's my 10? Where's my? Plus 1 fire damage.
Okay. 43 points of damage.
43 points of damage.
43 points of damage. With your short sword, you sever the head off of the Betrayer.
Yeah.
Still about 33 points of damage less than what Sildren did.
Just saying.
He's about efficient kills.
See my short sword?
I do.
And it collapses to the ground without a sound.
I just turn to the Death Stalker and just.
At the front, at the top of the initiative is Raneth, who is pissed off and says, "Enough!" and pulls and pulls and pulls the 1, 2, 3 creatures that there's 4 of them actually between you and it, Sildren. He pulls 3 of them towards you.
Rude.
And Sildren, you just kind of look over your shoulder as these creatures just explode, like in slow motion, almost. They pop and explode in slow motion, and then their essences come flying at you. You need to make a hell of a lot of fortitude saving throws.
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Good luck.
18. I'm going to use a hero point for that first one.
Okay.
28.
Holy
Nice.
crow! You went
Good
from
change.
double damage to half damage.
Oh.
20.
Okay.
I'm doing 3 of these, right?
Yep.
And 25.
Okay. Sildren is blasted for half damage. That is 18 points of negative damage.
Okay.
Then you're hit a second time for 39 points of negative damage.
Oh my god.
Are you still standing?
Nope.
And then you are, so then you're at dying 1, correct?
Mhm.
Yes. Then you are slammed again, and your body is drops, and you are rolled over on the ground, and you are hit again with more essence and bone fragments. You are now a dying 2, Sildren. Holy moly.
Was Sildren doomed?
No.
Sildren's not doomed. Your initiative is moved right before Raneth, so that will change your initiative. And Palik, you see the druid drop.
How close is Raneth?
Raneth is all 3 actions to away from you. You're quite far from him.
If I do 3 actions, will I be right on top of him?
Yes.
Until he moves.
Yeah.
And there is one more Deathstalker. That was the one that was right behind you, Sildren, who is still standing to be used later.
Okay, I'll run up to that Deathstalker.
Okay.
Will that still take 3 actions?
That'll take 2.
Okay, I will do that and then attack.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Though he needs it. Come on, Blake.
25.
25 is a hit.
Ooh. For 15 points of damage.
Why? This wasn't a critical hit, so
No, but I got the extra 2 for a sneak attack because its initiative is after mine.
no, that's only at the first round. If they haven't acted yet, you're sneaking up on them, type of a thing. So there's no. it's
Okay,
not
so
collective at all.
9 points. of
9
damage.
points of damage, so a little bit less than the big brutal backstabs. All right, you do slash it though. You do some damage. You get it to turn around. Sir Brenros, you see Palik doing that. What are you up to?
Brenros is running full out for Raneth.
All right, you run and charge. What's your move speed?
I believe it is 20.
20. It will take you 4 actions to get there.
3 of the actions. Let's do this. Let's do 2 actions and then I brace with a shield.
Okay, 2 actions and you brace. It is Deathstalker right next to Palik's turn. It strikes with raking claws. They have not had a lot of success. 25 against Palik.
It's
18 and 16 to hit.
no, just the
All right.
first one.
First one hits for 13 points of slashing damage, and you also have this possible burning sensation. Make a fortitude saving throw.
Ooh, make a good one.
There's a shot you can get for that.
21.
21, you have been poisoned, and you take an additional 3 points of poison damage, and make note that you are at stage 1.
Yeah.
Stage 1 poison. That was its only attack. That one's done. There is one more Deathstalker that's within easy combat distance. There's a few, but they are far away. The one that's closest is next to Piercy. Piercy, you are attacked. Ugh. Make a free attack as this thing swings awkwardly.
Did he get a 1?
It got a natural 1.
Do I get opportunity post?
What's that?
I get opportunity post.
Yes. What does that read?
I can either make an attack or I can attempt to disarm him. I'm just going to make an attack.
What's the trigger? What's the trigger read?
The trigger is when a foe within your reach critically fails a strike against you.
I'm going to. I want this. This is going to be a really bad critical for it. So give yourself +3 on this one.
Very
Nice.
good. So attacking.
Ooh.
35.
And you critical. You set on the beat right there, and it swings slowly, and you badly damage it. Let's see.
And then this guy.
There you go.
Nice.
So 26, 35.
35, you lop off the arm that it struck you with. So you've lopped off a head and an arm. You got body parts dropping all around you. It strikes with its next attack with a 15, and its last attack is a 24.
No.
And it's just trying desperately to get you. It has no sense of self-preservation, so it continues the assault. Dun, 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 dun. And then Master Yaru, you are next to this device.
Okay, so is the bone fragment floating, or is it on like a pedestal?
It is
What's
floating in
underneath
the air. There is a magic 10-foot wide circle of magic scrawled into the ground.
Scrawled into the ground. Okay, but it's not a portal or any such obvious portal. Okay.
Nope.
Just an entropy sphere.
Right.
Yeah.
Just a good old pentagram. We love those. Yeah, I am going to do a key strike flurry of blows upon this device.
A key strike. I don't think those can those combo.
A key strike. You focus your key into magical attacks.
It's
Make an
chi.
unarmed strike. It's key. It's KI.
It's chi.
Make an unarmed strike or flurry of blows. This doesn't change the limit on using only one flourish per turn. You get a +1 bonus to your attack roll with the strikes, and I deal an additional 2d6 damage.
Bringing it up right here. Okay. And you were striking at the device?
I'm going to strike at the device, much like Piercy did.
Okay. Make 2 attacks with +1 to hit.
A 31 and a 22.
All right. Make your damage, and your damage is increased by another d6 because you are a level 4 caster. So you get to do 2d6 extra damage on top of your normal attack.
Woo!
That's 24 damage with the first attack. And go ahead and roll.
Oh, sorry.
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 Roll damage again twice. We'll make it all work out. All right, we'll just do that, and then 12 plus 8 more and 20 on the second one with a huge flurry and magic, almost supernatural enhanced magic. Just flurry of rapid blows, attack, and smash, as though it's a Street Fighter car bonus round. And you smash this device repeatedly, and it comes shattering apart. However, there is an explosion of blue magic energy. You need to make a reflex, a saving throw, please.
That's okay. 33.
33 is a critical success.
Nice.
It explodes. You are able to, you don't move an inch, and you have before shown this ability to teleport, 30, 40, 50 feet type of thing. You kind of do this weird micro teleport to dodge it.
Phase.
You just phase, and you take like 3-inch movement only, but in that time, the explosion has gone past you. You take no damage whatsoever. The magic fades from that beam weapon, and then the bone that's hovering there collapses onto the floor with a loud clatter, and it looks just like any old bone you've ever seen in your life. And there is a quick look of a snapped head of a shadowy being named Raneth up at you with flaring white eyes, Master Yaru, and I believe you still have some actions left.
I will use my remaining actions to pick up the bones, put them in my little fanny.
Okay, so 2 things. 1, there's 1 bone only. It's like a femur. And 2, you are about 30 feet away from it and 30 feet above it on this bridge thing. The magic beam was kind of shining down on it.
Okay, I will use a quick jump to jump down.
Okay. You jump down. Do you have any?
I have I have Catfall, which is I can jump 25 feet without taking any damage. I also am a cat, so I have land on your feet, so I take half damage for any fall.
What is your acrobatics level? Expert, trained?
I am an expert in acrobatics.
An expert. All right. So with Catfall, you can treat falls 25 feet shorter. So you take 5 points of damage, and because you're a cat, you cut that in half. You take 2 points of damage from a 30-foot drop, and lightly just go a little sensitive on the foot pads. But that's only 2 freaking points of damage, and then your third action can be to cover the distance to the bone, but not pick it up yet. Okay. You're right there, but you haven't picked
towards Master Yaru there.
Xander!
I'm not wearing shoes either.
Short sword.
Xander, now that Sildren is down, this makes me a little bit more confused on the steps I should take. But to make sure that everything is good, after seeing Yaru run to the bone and smashing the light, Xander will throw a wall of fire around Raneth. This is new. He hasn't done this before. So I'm going to create a 10-foot radius ring of fire around Raneth that's 5 feet thick.
What?
It will stand. I can. You want to read the whole thing?
No. I'm just double. And its range is 120 feet. Holy cow! It's awesome. Oh, the big price is it takes all of your actions.
Everything. It is a full focus. So Xander sits here, really concentrates hard, pulls this huge red aura around him, and much like what the betrayer was doing, has the hands raising up, and a ring of fire raises up around Raneth as well in this 10-foot wall all the way around him that's 5 feet thick.
That is awesome visually. Great. Yeah, this fire rises up, and Yaru, you kind of like flinch from the heat, as his heat was not too far away from you either. And you just see Raneth looking around confused as flames rise up around him, but then you can't easily see him. His bonus is that he's concealed to you now, because you can kind of see him, but also everyone outside that ring is concealed to him. And this is some nice raging fire, and Xander's just cackling like mad. That's really cool. Then we have Piercy.
So there's one of these Death Stalkers still up and next to me.
One-armed. Yep.
All right. So I'll swing at him again. You just need to die, yeah? And actions. Here we go. Takes a swing at 21.
21 is a miss. Possibly the first miss against these Death Stalkers.
Oh, possibly. One more swing. 31.
31 is a hit.
16 points.
16 points of damage. You slice off its leg and it drops, and it is still alive and just kind of doing a curly thing going in circles, but it is no longer a valid combatant whatsoever. You can easily just step away. You have a couple actions remaining.
One more action remaining. I noticed this big ring of fire around Raneth. And jump off the balcony, kind of with the intent of heading his direction.
All right, you leap off the balcony 30 feet, and you don't take any damage. And I see Chris smiling. Yaru, do you nod back?
Yaru will do a nod back to the rat.
I love it. I love it.
He'll give his tail a quick flick.
Sildren, your turn has come to an end. You need to make a dying roll. You're dying level 2. I don't show that in your effects. I'll make it down there. You need to make a dying roll of a 12, a flat 12 or higher.
16.
Woo!
All right, you start to stabilize a little bit. You are now at dying level 1. If you get to dying 0, you are still unconscious, but you won't be dying anymore. If you get to dying 5 with our house rule, you are dead.
I thought that stabilized you if you made the roll.
No,
it just reduces your dying level by 1.
It just moves you up and down the track.
Sildren very rarely takes damage. So.
Raneth, we'll see if he can accommodate you then.
Oh, actually, hold on. One quick question for you. Don't we have some sort of house rule that you can use all your hero points and come up to like 1 hit point or something?
Correct.
Yes. I would like to do that then.
You must have at least 1 hero point. You spend all of your remaining hero points.
I did. Yep.
And then this is you stabilize immediately, so you lose your dying condition. You gain the wounded condition, so you can add that to your sheet. And then with our house rule, we play it rules as written in the raw book, which is you are on the ground prone, but you have 1 hit point. They FAQ'd that out, but we want to put it back in because it gets you a little bit of a, something you can do now. So Sildren, your eyes blink.
Breathing room, if you will.
Comes with a swell of music, too.
Yes. With that said, Raneth attacks the last currently effective what are they called?
Deathstalker.
Deathstalker that Palik attacked and wounded but did not kill. And Palik, your enemy that you just stabbed, poof, disappears into a million little pieces, and shoosh, there's like a gust of air as it flies past you. And Raneth pulls this creature, flies it across the area through the prone Sildren and through Master Yaru into the flames around him. Xander?
Yep, no, he's pulling it into the flames around him. I was just going to check about that. I was like, does he need to see what he's looking at because everything's concealed?
The concealed concept doesn't, there's not a specific target that he's doing, but I still want to give a bit of a bonus. So what we're going to do, Master Yaru, you get a fortitude saving throw, but we're going to give you a +2 for Raneth not having full visual acuity here. Go ahead and make that, Master Yaru.
That's a 35, and any success is a critical success.
Oh, and you take absolutely no damage from the shards and the soul of this
phase
creature.
through it again.
Nice.
Unexpectedly.
However, Sildren, you were also hit in this line of sight attack. You get the +2 for his lack of vision. I'm also going to give you a +2 for kind of being in this prone, slightly hard to get. I know this is more reflexy and this is fortitude, but still fortitude with +4 to your roll.
Okay. 29 total.
29 is a success. You take half damage, which I don't think is going to matter. That would be half damage is 23 points of damage, dropping Sildren again. Since you are wounded, that puts you at dying 2.
So I'm actually worse off than if I had just stayed the way I was.
Stay put. Raneth, actually you'd be the same. You were at dying 1. And
yeah, but now he has no more hero points.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Raneth just evilly heroically stomps through the flame to get at you, Sildren, but there is 2 things in the way. One is Master Yaru, so he isn't going to engage you instead. And 2, there's freaking fire all over the place. Xander, would you do the honors of rolling that fire damage?
16 points of fire damage.
16 points. He is burning, not burning a ton, but he is burning. So the flames lick off of him. Then with his last action, he has his spectral hand. He swipes against you, Master Yaru, for a 29.
Ooh, that does hit.
You are connected for 17 points of negative damage. Yeah. And you need to make a roll. I don't think we've had to make this roll. Okay. No, there is no roll. You automatically suffer from drain life.
Oh, no.
With that, awful. He drains some of your life and gains 10 temporary hit points. And you need to make you do get to make a roll. Fortitude 28.
Oh, sorry, I rolled twice. Sorry. 22.
22 is a fail. You now have the drained 1 condition. That means your future fortitude saves are reduced by 1, and you lose hit points equal to your level. Your current and maximum hit points are reduced by 8. So make note that you are drained 1. Sildren, if you can in your effects window, make note that you are wounded 1, dying 2.
I have that on my character sheet. It's just not showing on the tracker.
Can you put it in the tracker? That's where we need to track it.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out how to do that, so no.
Okay.
It's the headless effect.
Yeah, I hit effects and then it doesn't give me, like, I can't type anything in there, so.
Can you drag it from the effects window on the right-hand side? It's the person that's standing, the button on the top right. Is that how you guys
In the
normally
menu,
do it?
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just double click the effect.
I don't see the effects at all.
Okay, so the top right-hand corner, you see the 8 buttons, the cross swords, the setup button.
Yep.
The bottom right one is effects,
Oh, okay, I see it now. Gotcha.
and then Tim says double-click adds the effect.
Gotcha. All right.
Palik.
Maybe just once, but
What in the Johnny Cash hell did you do, Xander? And can I get to Raneth without going through this ring of fire?
Yeah, he has stepped out of it and is now engaging Yaru.
So I want to run to him and then tumble through him.
All right, you race over and you're going to make a tumble through?
It's an acrobatics roll.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a bit. I think it's versus their reflex.
Yeah, 26.
26, double checking. Let's see how agile he is. You stop short and run into his shadowy leg with a thud somehow.
Okay.
You have 1 action left.
I will attack him then.
All right, you rise up and strike. Go for it.
I'm going to use a hero point because I rolled a 4. Much better. A 37.
37 is a hit.
Is she not flanking?
Now you guys are almost on the same side right now.
10 points of damage.
All right, you slice and he does not react in the slightest. Sir Brenros.
I will be closing the distance. At the time you said I was 2 actions away.
2 actions more for you to get there, yes.
You're the only other one with healing.
Actually, no.
a voice comes out of nowhere.
No. I need to close the distance, and I will do so.
All right.
Close the distance, and then I do not strike. I instead raise my shield.
Okay, you raise your shield. That one's dead. That one's dead. That one's dead. There's like a Death Stalker far away, but it's not a factor. Master Yaru, you are facing this this essence of evil. The reason that your vision has brought you here is before you.
How close am I to Sildren?
Sildren is 30 feet behind you.
Okay.
Palik is on your shoulder, and Brenros is on your other shoulder.
I will
I'll say Brenros is behind it.
Okay, I will say to him,
You, creature, are the reason we are called here today. And it is your last day.
and I will immediately step back to Sildren, and I will use battle medicine on Sildren.
Oh, okay. You race over to Sildren as your first action. Your second action is to pull out of your pouch some bandages, and your last action is then to apply those bandages. Seth, can you share how that works?
Yeah, I've never done battle medicine before.
So you roll your do a medicine roll.
Okay.
And then it's 2d8 plus. No, it's just 2d8.
Okay.
Ooh,
You know, like
33.
That's a critical, so it'll be 4d8. 'Cause you have to get your number is 15.
Nice.
All right. 4d8 healing is massive. With a big roll.
30 points of healing.
Ooh.
Thank you.
That is massive. It's huge. But there is a catch. You can't do this again for like an
Yeah.
hour or a day or something like that.
That's fine.
Once a
On-
day.
on that person,
On
on that person.
that person. Yep.
That's fine.
Sildren, you blink and see a smiling Black Panther above you. How do you react to that?
Thank you, Master.
And I'll grab him by like the forearm and help him up. It is not over yet. We still need you.
He lays back down.
I'm going to nap now.
Tell him I'm not here. Xander.
Whoa, okay. That makes my actions a lot easier. Xander will turn at Raneth and do two things. One hand, then the other. First hand, he's going to throw an elemental toss, taking just a big scoop of elemental fire with rock and flame and throw it right at him, which is an attack roll. Pretty confident. Yeah. For 22.
22, it bonks off of the metal helm of Sir Brenros, who turns around and glares at you.
Sorry.
What the
And the second one, Xander will take the other hand and he will point at Raneth and cast Slow.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Is that
Fortitude saving throw.
and does it have the incapacitation trait? It does not. Holy cow, that can be powerful. Okay, he is making a fortitude saving throw. Here he comes. Where's he at? There he is. Fortitude is... Oh, it was almost a natural 20. He got a total of 29.
Okay, so that is a success. So he's slowed for 1 round.
All right, so he loses 1 action on the next round. And that's it for Xander. Piercy, you are 1 action away from... No, you're 2 unless you want to race through the ring of fire.
Okay, so I'm 2 actions away from
Raneth.
Piercy will use 2 actions to stride towards Raneth and tumble through.
You do 2 actions to stride through him and tumble through. Make a tumble through. This has been tried before.
26.
26, you roll, and he just holds out a hand and like just stops you on your head and says no. You have 1 action left.
With his last action, he will attack.
Okay, you get flanking for sure. It's like all 4 of you surrounded him.
Yeah.
29.
29 is a success.
There you go.
16.
16 damage. You cut. It's not a ton of damage. He also, actually, he takes very little damage as he is still reveling in the blood and essence of Master Yaru that he drained. Dun dun dun. It is
Can I, real quick,
face.
as a reaction, I want to do an opportune backstab.
What's this?
So when your enemy is hit by your ally, you capitalize upon the distraction, make a strike against the triggering creature.
Yeah, burning your reaction. You get a free strike. How cool is that?
28.
28 is a hit.
It'd be 30 though, right? Because of the
30,
flanking.
yeah, you're correct. 13 points of damage.
13. You swipe. He doesn't react much to it, but it is a hit. And that's good. At the start of the round is Sildren. You are you do still have to spend an action to stand up with the help of Master Yaru.
Okay. Thank you, Master Yaru. And then I will turn towards
Didn't we do this scene already?
I think we did, yes. Turn towards Raneth, and I'm like 30 feet away from him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I will actually just like a pulse of energy will emanate from myself, and I will use Vital Beacon to heal myself. 4d10 points of damage to start. Healing myself 24 more points of damage.
Wow, nice.
And then as my final action, I will say stand back and throw the crystal box at the foot of
Raneth. All right, you hold this box, a key to his destruction, and it's the one thing you didn't let go when you got knocked down several times. It's in your hand. You throw the box. The box will reach near to him, very close, guaranteed. Or you can make a ranged attack roll. Like your bow attack, make essentially a bow attack roll for the cube of throwing. And if you get high enough, super high, you can get it right in and mess with them immediately, but you also risk a natural 1 as well.
Yeah, no, I'll take the close enough effect there.
All right. You throw the cube. The cube
Why are you shaking your head, Seth?
You should have went for it.
No. No, I don't think so.
The cube goes flying through the air. It flies past several heroes' heads and clatters to the ground just a few feet away from Raneth. And then it starts to unfold and creating this weird pit-like portal in the ground with air kind of getting pulled in. And Raneth looks super panicked as he looks at the ground with his shadowy eyes, and then he looks across the way past all these heroes that have surrounded him, and his eyes narrow very tightly at you, Sildren.
Just in time to catch Yathane in the face because she's making her attack.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
33 to hit. I don't know if she gets flanking, but
Flanking.
Yeah, that'll be a 35. She swoops through.
just regular hit.
Regular hit.
10 points of damage.
10. All right. She swoops through and strikes. Raneth is leaving. Raneth flies away. And he leaves the group unless anyone has an attack of opportunity. Raneth flies up 60 feet and then flies 60 feet away and is essentially heading towards the door area, towards that weird study area with the desk you guys passed through. And he flies. So he's 60 feet up and 60 feet away, but he only gets those 2 actions because he is slowed. As he does so, you hear as a giant Goliath of Scourgenard is released from its chains, and it crashes on the ground on the other side of the bridge. You guys are inside this U of an aqueduct-like bridge. On the outside, one of these things drops, and everyone's eyes look, and then a second one drops, and a third one drops, and a fourth one drops, the ground breaking wherever they land. They rise up. That's big stonish armor, stonish greaves, but with shadowy fists and shadowy heads and shadowy feet as they rise up and are looking at the rest of you.
We have the bone fragment. We have what we need.
Who has it? Who's got it?
It lies there.
Yaru picks it up.
Yeah, Yara will grab it.
Very dramatic. It lies here.
In my other hand.
It is in my footpaw here.
We need to beat feet. And Palik will chase back the way we came? Like towards Raneth.
All right, you are running towards the way you came in and are racing. You race past Raneth. He's 60 feet above, and you just outrun him towards the door. What do you guys want to do? We can kind of step out of combat time if you all want to do something.
Well, I do want to end with one final searing light at Raneth before we're done.
Go for it. You can take a shot.
Because I have one more of those in my pocket. Okay, here we go. Oh, I actually rolled twice. 34 to hit.
34 hits him up there in the sky. Jesus, so many dice.
And he takes 45 points of damage for that.
45 minus that another huge blast of energy slams into his back and sends him along this way, and he actually shatters into different shadows and they recoalesce, and he's kind of trailing arms and legs behind him as he is trying to hold himself together. Anything else you guys want to do?
I am going to
Yes!
grab that box as well.
Okay. You reach to grab the box. You're not quite sure how to do it. Make an occult roll. Lots of occult rolls tonight.
That's not my strong suit either. 14.
14. You don't even know where to begin to touch this thing without getting pulled into the portal. What else
All right.
would someone else like to do?
Xander was going to use his greater staff to cast magic missile.
Okay. That automatically hits.
Yeah. So tossing that one out, and I don't have a damage roll for it because it's in the staff and I don't have it in my spells.
It's 1d4, 3. It's 3d4 plus 3 at level 1.
So we'll do a 10 points of damage.
10 points. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Little blue magic arrows, missiles come flying out of your staff, hitting Raneth, and unfortunately doing little to no damage.
Ah!
Anyone else?
Brenros is already in a full sprint while everyone's screwing around with stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Piercy's hightailing.
Yep.
Look at early.
All right. And Sildren, you're leaving the box behind then?
Yeah. I am.
You want me to try to get it, Sildren?
Yeah, if you can.
Stop
if you know what
those
to do.
guys. Don't let them squish me.
No promises.
If we have the time, Xander will go ahead and take the roll, and
You can take as much time as you would like.
That's loaded.
Rather than just take the 10, I'm gonna roll for it to see if we can get it going. 21.
Xander, you are trained in occultism, yes?
Yes.
You go over, you're kind of trying to lift her from the sides. You think you've got to maybe do some Mr. Miyagi thing with your hands first to make sure you can touch this thing.
Xander, let's go!
You are not able to grab this device, but you think if you spend another round here, you can get another attempt.
So tempting.
Actually, you know you can get another attempt.
I'm
Move
very
your ass, Xander!
Hang on, I got it. I'm close.
You dummy!
Okay. As the rest of you are leaving Xander behind, Xander, a chunk of bridge is ripped out by one of these Goliaths, and it throws this wedge of old stone at you as you look
Hang on.
up. Oh, it only rolled a 6 for a total of 35.
Oh, that's a critical hit.
All right, Xander, you are hit. Let me check the damage. And Xander is smashed for 37 points of bludgeoning damage. Make that 37 points of bridge damage as Xander is walloped hard. Another one comes storming in, Xander, but it can't quite get to you, and it's revving up this big shadowy fist, which you can see little sections of stone are within this fist for added bludgeoning chaos. There is another one that is closing in on Brenros and Palik, trying to angle towards the exit. There is a last fourth one that brings its hands together with a big clap, and lightning blasts out and strikes at Master Yaru. You need to make a reflex save.
Okay. Oh, with a 20.
20 is a
Total
critical
20.
failure.
Ah, damn it.
3, 4, 5.
So that's a lot. Oh my god! Oh my god!
What?
Can I use my last focus spell to teleport out of the way?
You cannot.
The entire screen went black with dice.
Holy moly. For 82 points of
Ooh.
lightning damage.
Wow.
Well, we have a new record.
Are you still standing, Master
No.
Yaru?
No.
Master Yu is dropped with a massive lightning bolt, the likes of which you have never seen. Raneth is continuing to race down into the that little study antechamber. All of you can decide what you would like to do now. This is an open initiative for the group.
Does Raneth move past Palik?
Yes. And
He's in flight, it appears.
he's in flight, yes. And he's no longer slowed because that would only lasted a round. So he's going about 180 feet speed and racing into that room. 60 feet up.
Xander, we have to go now.
I've
Leave
almost
it.
got it.
Don't be stupid!
I'm gonna try one more time and then I'll go.
Need to go.
Is there a
17.
17.
Is there a chance of doubling back and preventing his roll and just grabbing him?
Yes. Xander, you did not get that roll at all. You are yanked by the collar by Sir Brenrose, sacrificing his escape and speed and pulling you along.
And Sildren's heading towards Master Yaru.
Piercy
Go ahead,
would
Piercy.
actually like to say, Piercy was going to suggest say, Brenwos, you get the cat, I get the little guy.
Fair enough. I think I
All right.
understand what he means. So I grab Yaru.
All right, you
I
scoop
grab-
up Yaru and
Piercy grabs Xander.
Be careful, he's
you
wily.
You grab Xander. As you guys are running like crazy,
Making
Brenrose-
sure the bone fragment is still, I guess, possessed by Master Yaru, and so I think he said he stuck it in a
Yaru,
pocket.
He is totally unconscious and limp,
Yeah.
but you cannot get that bone out of his grasp.
That's
right now.
fine,
He is
as
still
long as it's
clinging to
held.
it.
Yeah.
It's in his mouth.
Rose is pulling him along by it.
World-ending object, and he's gnawing on it. It's awesome.
Brenrose, as you are running with Yaru in your hands, sword sheath, him in your hands, you've got your shield out. For the first time in your life, you tried to block a bridge flying through the air at you as one of these Goliaths hurls a huge section of debris your way.
All that is coming out of my mouth is utterances to Solene, as just protect everyone as we leave.
Okay. This is a sorry, I rolled it. There it is. A 42 to hit.
That's a critical success.
Brenrose is hit for 76 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my God.
76. All right.
Jesus.
You essentially raise your shield to block, and this 20-foot section of bridge just slams through you, and you are sent along your way. Are you still standing?
I am still standing. I am still running.
Oh, my goodness.
And I am the only one who now carries the title Bridgewear.
The
You just see,
other...
like off screen, like he turns over his shoulder, lifts the shield, and the whole throws through.
This isn't gonna help.
Just a giant gray block moves into camera and just shifts.
The other Goliaths are chasing with a foot chase with big steps. They are closing in on you guys, but we'll make some athletics checks to see how close they get. Palik, you are in the lead.
Yeah.
You can see as you get into that study with that bridge that crosses it, you see Raneth, the shade Raneth, fly and dive into the hands and disappear into the hands and is gone. And what would you like to do, Palik, in the lead?
I'm running. I'm
Okay,
seeing all
you
this shit happening behind me, and I'm trying to outrun it.
You running, Sildren, you're there. We have you being held by Brenrose and blah, blah. So what we need
And
the
I still have the additional +10 circumstance
speed?
bonus to speed. So
Okay, you are taking off. You're doing great. The ones that are slowest are Piercy and Brenrose. Or Piercy, you don't have to carry him though, right? You're just getting him out of that situation. Okay, so Xander and Piercy, you guys are running full speed. Brenrose, you are the slowest of the lot, so we will focus on you. As will
if
Alistair.
I may, If the ant hall spell is still working,
Oh, what's the duration of Ant Hall?
8 hours, I think.
Yep.
Then ignore any penalties I was about to give you for your athletics roll. But I still need you to make again, it's the old, you don't have to run fast, you have to outrun the night. Brenros, you are last. Make a athletics roll as the bridge behind you shatters as one of these things comes running through it after you. Athletics roll for overall speed.
Athletics is going to need a hero point when I roll a 2.
Okay.
Do it. Good rolls.
Is a 21 for speed.
I'm going to it. There it is. And you are being closed in on Sir Brenros. And Sildren, you have, as you are faster than everyone else, you have something, you can do something as well.
Yeah.
And Xander, you can as well.
So I'm gonna turn and I will cast. Let me look at what I'm going to cast.
And essentially, what you see is right behind Brenros, who's holding your Aru. You see this big armored Goliath rearing up this big punch to smash him from behind.
How far away is Brenros from me right now?
60 feet.
And I'm not just carrying Yaru.
Right, you're carrying another one too. Xander's running, and like he does an alley-oop, he jumps, spins, and throws his hands together to throw a big green clap that throws Fleet Step at Sir Brenros.
Nice.
Sir Brent, and what does that do?
Oh.
It gives you an extra 30 feet of speed.
Okay.
What?
All right, ignore the attack I was just about to make on you, Sir Brenros, and you get take off.
Brenros has never known speed like this. His life is 2 miles an hour, and you just gave him a Ferrari.
All right.
Brenros passes Xander, he passes Piercy, he even passes Palik and passes himself somehow. He laps himself around the earth. And Brenros, you have taken the lead. Sildren, did you still have something in your pocket?
Well, as Brenros runs by, because he's going to be less than 60 feet now,
What's going on?
he gets he will be healed for
What?
Nice.
46 points of damage.
Like you throw up like a car wash, like here.
Yeah, exactly. And if it looks like one of the creatures is going to be able to throw again, Yathane will fly by it, aiming, like doing an attack roll, I guess, but mostly just trying to disrupt its attack.
All right.
Rather than do any damage, I don't know.
With the dazzler?
Yes, but I have to make an attack as well
in
order to do that. So she's just trying to be disruptive, maybe like lowering its 2 attack roll or something.
Okay. You guys are running like crazy, and that puts Xander trailing now in the rear of the group, but you do have distance. I'm just saying you're last, but you do have some distance. And the one guardian is this small little Tweety bird flying around one of the closest creature. Xander, I need you to make an athletics roll for overall speed.
Does it matter if I can fly?
Flying would help you, yes.
So Xander will use his last focus point to activate his elemental motion and kick off with the fire on both hands and take off.
All right, there is some debris that's loose in the ground. You fly over. There are friends possibly in the way. You fly past, and you catch up with the whole rest of the group, and the rest of the group is moving in mass. Everyone just going, go, 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 go. As the whole group runs, you run across the bridge and make your way to the giant chasm. Brenros, you were there first. There are 2 chains crossing this chasm.
I start with a flurry of I'm sorry. I have to wait.
Okay, you wait. And you wait and you look and you see one after the other, the Fellowship of the Ring running across and arriving. Behind them are these giant creatures now in a line, running like crazy. The group is gathered. You guys have a quick moment to do or say something.
V-Run, yes.
With haste.
Yeah.
You do have an.
You are going
Go
to have to
ahead.
take the furthest chain. I can lead them on this one.
While this is all happening, Master Yaru is going to receive a heal as well. He
he's
gets
not
my last level 4 heal
Oh, this should be good.
and comes to consciousness with 52 hit points.
Oh.
And then I grab him by basically his face, and I'm like, "We're running," and take off running.
All right. I don't think he needs much more than that.
Okay.
And you guys are going across. Piercy seemed to be going first. Piercy, make an acrobatics roll, please.
Uh, 29.
All right, and the rest of you make acrobatics rolls, please.
Does Xander still need to if he can fly over the chasm?
No, you do not, Xander.
Woo!
I rolled a 4. I'm going to burn my last hero point.
32 for Sildren.
Okay.
A 30 for Brenros.
Brenros was the worst of the lot. Turns out fantastic.
22
Athletics.
for Palik.
26.
Everyone does great except the halfling thief Palik is a little slow. You start to slip, but you don't, but you are slow. And what happens is the lead Goliath leaps through the air across the
Jesus.
chasm
Oh
at
my God.
you, and it comes hurtling in your direction. Make a reflex saving throw, please. You need a 29 or higher.
Well, she seemed like a nice
Goodness.
halfling.
Whoa.
Huh. 19.
With a 19, you are hit. Where are we? There we are. You are hit. You are the last one to get across. You are hit for 16 points of bludgeoning damage as it just glances you a bit, and then it plummets to its doom below, catching the chain you are on and snapping the being that is hooked and snaps, and Palik drops with chain and swings down and disappears into the rising steam.
Can Piercy
Hold
do something and try and
Xander,
reach out
U-turns.
and grab her?
You can't. Everyone was safely on the other side. You turn. Palik was the last one across, and then all of that just happened. And Palik has disappeared down into the steam. Last you saw, desperately trying to grab onto this chain. And Palik can say something from the steam that you can't see her, but you can hear her after she makes a acrobatics roll, please, or athletics, your choice.
Oh my gosh.
Brenros of his Yaru package, correct?
Yeah,
Yaru's
because
not-
Yaru is conscious.
Yeah.
You better save me, Xander! And I get a 35.
All right, and you see, oh my God, we almost lost the character. You see, Palik is pulling herself up the chain, and the remaining Goliaths are not leaping across the way, and I need to check range. And sections of bouldery ground are ripped out and are being thrown across the way, and smash and collide into the walls, but do not hit you guys. Palik, you're able to scramble up. You guys escape and run away as you hear a strange, agitated, squawking battle from the creature on the perch starts to engage the Goliaths. And as you guys run off and away from this mess, you run down this long corridor, down this strange lift, and out past these black double doors, where you are now back within the base of the Tower of Scourgeonar beneath the city of Mirskan. And as you do so, the femur bone, this old bone that's being held still by Master Yaru, instantly dissolves into dust, and the big black doors slam shut behind you and seal very strongly. And that long tendril, if you remember that from last episode, which we forgot to mention, that long tendril of black magic separates and fades away, and you guys are exhausted and you guys are quiet, and we will stop there for tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This was great. We will see you next adventure.